What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live 3 p.m. kick-off watch along. I've started the stream on time. Let's go. And I can even clearly see it in my face, looking a lot more brighter, a lot more perkier today, which I am absolutely loving. Normally, these watch-alongs don't normally pop so well in terms of traction, but I always really enjoy all the 3 p.m. games unraveling and seeing all the goals going in and reacting live on the spot on what's going on there. It's good to see a couple of you here already. I'll read comments as well, but just before I do that, if you guys have not liked the stream yet, please do like the stream. It really helps the growth of this channel when you do that. I've put a target in my pin message to say 15 likes before kickoff. I think you guys are more than capable of doing that, but thank you guys as always for the support. For subscribers go, we are getting ever closer to 1,500 subs. We're 1,487, so we're 13 subscribers away from getting to that 1,500 target. So if you guys have not hit that red subscribe button, please also do that. It really helps the growth of this channel. Let's go back to this and let's see who's here. Honeygun, welcome to the stream. Drew, welcome as well. Good to see all of you guys. Blue Terrier, nice to see you. We're getting some good people here. Lequan, welcome. Darroj, welcome as well. Good to see a good number of you. Hill Football. Oh, did you put 2-0 Bournemouth? I don't know if I actually recorded that as a screenshot there. I mean, because I did see 2-0 Leicester, but hang on a minute, because I think I just remembered it recently because I was just checking comments I have saved, and I don't think yours was one of them. Okay, right, yeah, you changed it, right, so yeah, you did put Bournemouth too. That's absolutely fine. Thank you for letting me know, actually, because that's really helpful, actually. And the fact you replied to the comment as well, even more helpful. Maybe, like in future, you don't have to edit the actual comment itself, but replying to it, please more of that, because that's actually going to be really helpful because it means I won't be able to miss the comment. It's actually a lot easier for me to track comments when you reply to them rather than just editing them, all right? But thank you for that. That's really helpful, actually. And thank you for even letting me know here. So I'll get that updated because I had originally recorded you saying 2-0 Bournemouth. So I will get that changed now. Can't believe predicting Manchester City, to score 9 goals against Southampton. I know Southampton got a history of losing by 9 goals, but is that really going to happen today? I don't know, to be honest. We want Gatsby. You'll be very pleased to know that Gatsby is here again. He is here. He's asleep at the moment, so it's going to be very difficult to make him move, but he is here. I will show him a little bit later on. Niakate is back. I've had 4 apple juices in the last 30 minutes. Well, you've got to do what you got to do to get ready to absorb all of this action at the moment. It's just a shame for your part that Forest aren't playing today. Tom, welcome to the stream as well. Good to see a good number of you here today. You'll take a draw against Burnley. Honestly, I feel Coventry right now just need to take one game at a time. Kick him? No, I'm not doing a Kurt Zuma on him. He does not deserve that. But honestly, yeah, Kurt Zuma is probably the most dislikable person in terms of all my family right now because they're huge cat lovers. Going to the gym soon, so I won't be here for a bit that long, but wanted to pop in. No, that's absolutely no problem. Thank you, Honeygun, as always, for turning up to the stream. I'm happy we ain't playing today. I think just sometimes it's good to have that break. I'm a little bit sceptical of Chelsea's chances against Wolves because Wolves are playing with their first game without Bruno Lage as their manager. And typically you would see a team perform absolutely brilliantly with the first game without their manager as a sense of freedom. So I don't know how Graham Potter's going to react to that. I'm faithful with Graham Potter still. I think that 3-0 win against AC Milan was a statement result. You know, I think AC Milan didn't turn up, but the fact we won emphatically, I think is very important. Because we've not actually seen Chelsea win emphatically at all, apart from that one game this season, which is encouraging, really, and I want to see a lot more of that. How is Tyler Walker playing, says Darroj Games. Oh, is he playing for Coventry? I tell you what, thanks for reminding me, because need to actually go to the starting lineups. Who is in charge for Wolves? I did have his name, but of course it's not going to be Bruno Lage. It's going to be whoever their assistant is. I did note it down, but I can't remember who it was. It would be. I don't even think One Football's even noted down who they've got. Yeah, not even One Football, right? You know, I'll just have to look elsewhere to figure that out there. Weekly Forest, welcome to the stream. Mangala's back in as well. It looks like a couple of people are back from Nottingham Forest, which is encouraging for if you're a Forest fan. Let's preview all the lineups for all the teams. Let's start with the Premier League games. Manchester City and Southampton. I don't think I've seen anyone predict a Southampton win. I could be wrong, but out of all the predictions I've seen, no one's predicted a Southampton win, for what I know. Man City have gone for Ederson, Cancelo, Akanji, Diaz, Ake, Silva, Rodri, De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Haaland and Mahrez. So the changes for what I can notice, Rodri and Mahrez playing, they weren't featured at the starting 11 against Manchester United. Akanji back in that centre-back position. Ake playing in that right-handed side, which is interesting. I don't think Diaz was playing either, if I remember right. Southampton have gone for Bazunu, Perrod, Bella Kocha, Salisu, Walker Peters, Stuart Armstrong, Ward-Prowse, Diallo, Aribo, Che Adams and Adam Armstrong. The bench, they've got Ortega, Esbrand, Rico Lewis, who made a couple of minutes against Manchester United. Laporte also came on. Sergio Gomez also came on as a sub. Gundogan was starting, so that's one of the players who started dropping to the bench. Cole Palmer made an appearance. Alvarez making an appearance. And Grealish dropping to the bench. Okay, so it's Grealish and Gundogan being the two main players who started who have dropped down to the bench. For Southampton, you've got Hassan. Oh, of course you've got Hassan, who was their bloody manager. But on the bench, you've got McCarthy, Lianco, Kaletakar, Larios, Gibeno, Via Walcott, Enuisi, Maitland-Niles, and Sekou Mara. Here's Chelsea and Wolves. Let's preview this. So, Kepa's still in goal, and I've got to say, Kepa has actually really stepped up. So, it almost looks like a bit of a comeback story for Kepa. He could slowly but surely be trusted as the number one goalkeeper for Chelsea here. Azpilicueta plays. Chalobah and Kalidou Koulibaly play. I'm a bit mixed on that back three, honestly. Midfield, you've got Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho, Gallagher, and Cucurella. Right. And then you've got Pulisic, Mount, and Havertz. I don't know about this team, honestly, for Chelsea. But I hope they prove me wrong. Wolves. Oh, God, I forgot about Diego Costa. Oh, no. No. I'm scared now. I completely forgot about Diego Costa with Wolves. He's going to be really up for this. They've got Jose Sarr, Otto, Gomez, Kilman, Semedo, Lunes, Moutinho, Guedes, Podence, Traore, and Costa. Bloody hell. Okay, for our bench, we've got Chukwuemeka, Chilwell, James. I mean, Reece James not starting. I know he had a potential injury, but even so, he's good enough to start in pretty much any game, really. Broja, Ziyech, Sterling's not starting. And no Aubameyang. That's the shocking part for me. No Aubameyang. I don't remember him being injured against AC Milan, unless I'm completely forgetting about it. With Wolves on the bench, they've got Sarkic. Of course, we remember him playing for Birmingham last year on loan. Bueno, Mosquera, Hodge, Ronan, Nui, Campbell, and Hee-Chan Huang. I'm a bit nervous now. Let's see what comments have to say. Chelsea will beat Wolves, also will beat Liverpool, and Man City will beat Southampton. Similarly, I was quite confident with them. Watch out for Walker Peters. Yep. Anything Haaland could get a double hat-trick goal back. I think he'll score at least 2. I think that's what I think he'll do. He has lowest rating of the whole team spreadsheet. I don't care. It's just when you've got an ex-player, especially for how he was hounded out the club, he's going to be really up for this. I just feel it. I know how Diego Costa feeds off playing well. He feeds off past experiences, and this will definitely be a huge opportunity for him to completely rip us apart. Anyway, we've got just under 10 minutes to go through all of the teams. For Bournemouth and Leicester, this is what the starting 11s are looking like. Neto, poor Mark Travers, man. He's just completely been out of the team. You've got Adam Smith, Chris Metham, Sensei, Fredericks, Tavernier, Cook, Lerma, Billing, Christie, and Solanke. For Leicester, you've got Danny Ward still in goal. We've got James Justin, Faze, Evans, Castagna, Sumai, Barnes, Dewsbury Hall, Tielemans, James Maddison, and Patson Daka. Great Leicester team on paper, but we're going to have to see if they can produce the results again. They had a great win, Leicester, against Nottingham Forest. See if they can get back-to-back wins, because that will definitely really improve their chances of getting out of the relegation zone. Got Travers, Zamora, Stacey, Stevens, Marcondes, Lowe, Siriki Dembele, Anthony, and Kiefer Moore on the bench. For Leicester, you've got Iverson, Thomas, Amate, Perez, Albrighton, Braybook, Iheanacho, Prate, and Jamie Vardy. It was a bit surprising Iheanacho wasn't starting, honestly, but Patson Daka is also quite all right, I think. For Newcastle and Brentford, this is the last Premier League game we're going to see today, at least in 3 o'clocks. Got Nick Pope, Trippier, Cher, Spotman, Byrne, Willock, Guimaraes, Sean Longstaff, Almiron, Wilson, and Jacob Murphy. For Brentford, you've got David Raya, Ben Mee, Ethan Pinnock. Has he not made an appearance? He must have had an injury at the start of the season. Aja, Hickey, Silva, Baptiste, Jensen, Rico Henry, Ivan Toney, and Brian Mbumo. Benches. I completely forgot Newcastle signed Loris Karius, but yes, they have. He's on the bench, Loris Karius. Lascelles, Lewis, Target, Anderson, Jolinton, Fraser, Alan St. Maximin, and Chris Wood. For Brentford, they've got Cox, Zanka, Ramussen, Sergi Canos, Godos, Onyeka, Janelt, Damsgaard, and Johan Visser. I might need to shut my door in a minute because there's a little bit of noise going on at the moment. That is all of the Premier League teams covered so far. We'll cover the Championship teams in the next minute, and let's just read some comments. Yeah, couldn't edit the real play on Ethan. Just remember, Coventry have to play against Ian Matson. Yes, I did. I think I may have mentioned it in my stream. I don't know if I mentioned it in my predictions, but definitely mentioned Ian Matson going up against Coventry, and that's going to be a really interesting competition. I'm going to be intrigued to see the reception because, of course, it's at home at the CBS Arena. Yeah, I think he is playing Matson actually. Right, Reekley Forest, if you do have to go, thank you anyways for turning up to this stream. Really, really good to see all of you here. Christian Ronaldo Sui says, Blue Terrier, you've got to get that constant phrase there. How dearly Mill not start question. Right, let's actually cover the Championship teams now because it's a couple of you guys are already talking about the squads. I'm not going to be able to do alphabetical order because I can't do that quickly. I think Birmingham goes first. Let's look at them first. Ruddy and goal, Trusty, Sanderson, Harley Dean playing, Longello, Hall, Mabry, Bielik, Colan, Tahiv Chon, and Scott Hogan. 3-5-1-1. Don't really see that formation that much, to be honest, but I think I'm liking the players that they've got. Bristol City have got Bentley, De Silva, Atkinson, Viner, Sykes. Don't know about that back four, honestly. I'm not too sure. Andy King, Alex Scott, Hanno Masengo. Okay, that's a decent midfield. You've got Naki Wells, Conway, and Andres Varman. That is definitely their best part of the team. Birmingham's bench looks like this. You've got Etheridge, Jordan James, Jordan Graham, Junior Bakuna, Jukovic, Deeney, and Job Bellingham. Bristol City, you've got O'Leary, Tanner, Close, Pring, Kadji, Semenyo, and Chris Martin. I definitely think Semenyo and Chris Martin will make an appearance eventually. Next, alphabetically, I think it's Blackburn, Rotherham. Let's go for their teams. You've got Kaminsky, Hyam, Ayala, Scott Wharton, Ryan Hedges, Tyler Morton, Lewis Travers, Harry Pickering, Sammy Smodics, Sam Gallagher, and Ben Broten Diaz. Sounds like a good team, but they need to play better than what I saw of them again away from home against Cardiff. They were really shoddy. For Rotherham, obviously this is the second full game that Matt Taylor is playing as manager for Rotherham now. You've got Johansson, Peltier, Hall, Wes Harding, Norton Cuffey, Wiles, Barlaser, Rathbone, Cohen Bramall, Ogbene, and Tom Ease. Okay. No Connor Washington. I wonder if he's injured. No, well, he's on the bench, actually. So Blackburn's bench, you've got Pears, Mola, Britton, Wharton, Dack, Hurst, and Dolan. Dolan not making a start, which is intriguing. McCart, Humphreys, Ferguson, Lindsay, Washington, and Kelly. I'm a bit surprised Washington's dropped down to the bench. So next game to look is Blackpool and Watford. You've got Chris Maxwell again making his third consecutive appearance as Blackpool goalkeeper. You've got Connolly, Akipta, Forninely, Thompson, who needs to iron out that mistake. His mistake ultimately cost Blackpool their last game. Sonny Carey, Charlie Patino, and Callum Wright. Good to see Patino gain some consistent minutes now. Corbinu, Medine, and Jerry Yates up front. For Watford, you've got Backman, Kamara, Trusdekon, Cabaselli, Dan Gosling, Hamza Chowdhury, Luza, Kayembe, Seymour, Issouf Bio, and Ismaila Sarr. But you know, conceding last 50 minutes of a game if they don't put teams to bed. Yeah, that could be a good weakness for Burnley, and it could be one that commentary could try and expose following how late they can score goals as well. Speaking of Coventry, we've got to talk about their team next. The teams are just about walking out now. You've got Ben Wilson, Callum Darman, Fazdean, Panzo, Jay Bidwell, Jamie Allen, Ben Sheaf, Dabo, Casey Palmer, Gyökeres, and Tyler Walker playing with Gyökeres. Yeah, that is interesting. Panzo's playing though, which is good. For Burnley, you've got Peacock Farrell in goal. And then you've got Matson, Bayer, Harwood, Bellis, Vitino, Cullen, Cork, Teller, Brownhill, Zari, and Jay Rodriguez. Some more still on the bench with Rose, Kane, Eccles, Tavares, Matt Gordon. Yeah, Matt Gordon, neither Gordon or Waghorn starting. Now, that is very strange. For Burnley, you've got Franchi, Roberts, Taylor, Bastian, Goodmanson, Benson, Barnes. There is no Muric. What's happened to Muric? He's been completely dropped by the looks of things. Definitely something to look into later on. Let's quickly look at Millwall Middlesbrough. George Long again in goal, so no Bill Kelski. He's been dropped for 2 consecutive games now. McNamara, Hutchinson, Cooper, Mario Wallace, George Saville, Benny Mitchell, Vogel Samer, Zian Fleming, Tyler Berry, and Tom Bradshaw. For Middlesbrough, you've got Stefan, Bowler, Fry, McNair, Jones, Crooks, Howson, McGree, Lenny Ham, Muniz, and Chuba Akpom. There's Bill Kelski there with Canistars, Evans, Shackleton, Afobe, Bennett, and Honeyman. There is no sign of Cresswell unless he's injured. I don't see him in the injury list. That's very strange. Middlesbrough, you've got Roberts, Joyce Steele, Giles also on the bench again. Hackney, Mowat, Hop, and Force. We're just about nearly running out of time. Norwich Preston will be the next team to look at. Norwich, you've got Tim Krul, Aarons, Omar Bamidele, Grant Hanley, Sam Byron, Liam Gibbs, Kenny McLean, Aaron Ramsey, Josh Sargent, Timo Pukki, Marcinio Nunez. That is a really good front three for Norwich there. For Preston, you've got Woodman, Cunningham, Liam Lindsay, Jordan Story, Alan Brown, Alistair McCann, Ben Whiteman, Robbie Brady, Fernandez, Emma Reece-Jacobson, and Sean Maguire. Okay, so no Troy Parrott starting there. For Norwich, you've got Gunn, Gibson, Dow, Sarah, Ona Hernandez, Jordan Hingo, and Sinani on the bench. Preston, you've got Cornell, Hughes, Potts, Ledson, Johnson, Ben Woodburn, and there's Troy Parrott there. Okay, nearly covered through all the teams. There's a lot of championship games going on today. Okay, next is going to be Stoke and Sheffield United. Right, quick style. Bersick goal. We've got Wilmot, Jagielka, Fox, Smallburn, Lorette, Baker, Sterling in the midfield, Fosu. Then you've got Campbell and Dwight Gale. Okay, no Liam Delap. You've got Fotheringham for Sheffield United, of course. You've got Gordon at the back. Okay, that's interesting. Egan, Basham, Reedy Cadra, McAtee, Oliver Norwood, Tom Doyle, Norrington Davis, Brewster, and Ndiaye. That's a very peculiar front two for Sheffield United as well. Bottom on the bench with Clark, Flint, Clucas, Thompson, there's Denab and DiMaggio Wright Phillips. Sheffield United, you've got Davis, Sajdev with Osborne, Ablaster, Andre Brooks, Billy Sharp, and Daniel Jefferson. That Sheffield United score looking a little bit light at the moment. I think definitely injuries have not really helped that. Penultimate game, Swansea and Sunderland. You've got Bender still in goal, keeping his place. You've got Nathan Wood, Cabango, who was a hero in their last game. Darling, Joel, I'm not going to try and say the surname now. Cundall, Matt Grimes, Ryan Manning, Jay Fulton, Cooper, and Joel Piro. Sunderland have got Patterson, Alesse, Bat, 09, Gooch, Roberts, Neil, Evans, Clark. Oh, okay, Embleton's playing up front with Alex Pritchard. Okay, interesting. Swansea's bench looks like this. You've got Fisher, Stevens, Norton, Nitcham, Sorinola, Obafemi, and Armstrong, Oko Flex. With Sunderland, you've got Alex Bass, or Bass, Churkin, Bailey Wright, Matete, Bart, Amadiano, and Jewson Bennett. Final team to preview, and they're just about to start getting kicked off now. Literally 3 o'clock now. So West Brom. Oh my God. Okay, so the unthinkable's happened. David Button has been dropped. Alex Palmer in goal. O'Shea, Kelly, Peters with Phillips, Livermore, Yoksulu, and Townsend with Jed Wallace, Thomas Asante, and Dean Garner up front. Then for Luton, you've got Horvath, Potts, Lockyer, Bradley, Bree, Campbell, Lansbury, Clark, Bell, Adebayo, and Carlton Morris. Wow. And just like that, we've got our first couple of games being kicked off. Brilliant timing. There's Button there with John Swift. John Swift not playing. Okay, I didn't expect that. Rodgers, Malumbi, Garner Hickman, Adam Reach, Colin Grant on the bench. That's a very strong bench. I wonder if potentially those people are the ones downing tools a little bit. Luton's bench looks like they should got Isted, Freeman, Impanzu, Doughty, Onyedema, Berry, and Cornick. Did I even... Yeah, I did actually talk through Luton's team as well. Okay, that is everything that I need to do about previewing the teams. The comments have gone really, really quiet now, just listening to me talking through all of this. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. We didn't quite make it to 15 likes before the kickoffs, but we made it to, I think, 8 likes. So guys, thank you so much for liking the stream. If you've not hit that like button, please smash that like button. It really does help the growth of this channel if you do that. And what also helps the growth of this channel is if you were to hit the subscribe button as well. We're still on 1,487. Oh no, that changes. 1,488. Guys, thank you so much. Chelsea. Okay, we're just watching the kickoffs now. 1,488. So guys, thank you so much for the terrific support as of always. I'm really, really appreciative of that. 12 subs away from 1,500. Maybe we might get one step closer to that today. Thank you guys so, so much for the continued support on this channel. It really does help. We've got a donations list over there, and we've also got a like target. So those are the two things all you need to know. And we also got a scrolling ticker of all of the latest Prem and Championship standings. I will also cover League 1 and League 2 to the best that I can as well. I'll be trying to pay attention to the commentary as I'll be talking as well. I didn't read that, sorry. I can only think of Wigan being the only team that Burnley have smashed so far. They smashed teams in terms of possession, but in terms of goals, they've not smashed teams too many times, Darraj. Apparently, Man City getting close in the first minute of the game. Bazunu, ex-Manchester City goalkeeper, making a crucial save. It really could be a dangerous day to be a Southampton fan. And Blackpool as well. I mean, but to be fair, they scored 3, but they also conceded 3. So, yeah, I wouldn't count that as smashing teams. So, let's actually look at League 1 and League 2 as well. Are there any games that are going to really stand out to me? We have a goal, though. Okay, hang on. We have a goal in League 1 already. Barnsley versus Exeter. It is Exeter who gets the lead. Now, I've got things in the way of my TV, so I can't actually read. I think it's Jay Stansfield who scores for Exeter. That's a really good start for Exeter. Obviously, is this going to be their... I think this would be their first... one of their first games, at least, without having Matt Taylor as their manager. I mean, incredible, really, because that puts them on 5 wins, and that puts them only 2 points behind their rivals, Barnsley, actually. We've had our first championship goal. I was going to say, who's going to score the first championship goal? But Norwich were just so quick on their goal scoring. They've already scored. It is Norwich who scores first against the really, really defensive team with Preston. It's Josh Sargent who scores for Norwich. It's now back to 0-0. I don't know why. I'm almost certain it is 1-0 Norwich. Has it actually changed in the table? It's back to a draw. Has it been disallowed? Someone's going to have to tell me what's happened with Norwich and Preston. I've not seen any score corrections there. Have they scored or have they not scored? No, it looks like they have scored. There's another goal in the Championship as well. The Championship having a brilliant start for goals. You know, we've typically seen in the these 3 p.m. kickoffs, the Championship games take a long time to get cooking. We've already got 2 goals to talk about, and they involve the 2 teams at the top of the Championship. Norwich scoring against Preston, Josh Sargent scoring, which puts Norwich at top. And for Sheffield United, they've got a goal, but in the wrong end of the pitch. They've conceded against Stoke City. I know it's not shown there, but it is 1-0 Stoke with Ben Wilmot scoring for Stoke. I've gone for a 1-1 draw in that game. Could potentially even be a shocking home win at the moment because Sheffield United look like they're struggling a little bit recently. It definitely is a goal for Stoke. And there's a 3rd goal as well. Oh my goodness me. We've not had a quick start like this in the Championship ever. Birmingham have taken the lead against Bristol City. It is going to be Austin Trusty, who's at loan from Arsenal, who gets the opening goal in that game. I've also predicted this game to end 1-1. So a goal for Birmingham does my prediction good so far, as long as the opposing team gets back into it. More goals in the lower league. Derby have taken the lead against Port Vale. They've had a brilliant start so far. I think it's James Collins who scores. I can't actually see because there's things covering my TV. For League 2, we've got a couple of goals to talk about here. Walsall taking the lead against AFC Wimbledon, who've had a terrible start to the season. Isaac Hutchinson with the goal. I believe there was another goal to talk about as well. Yeah, Grimsby have taken the lead against struggling Crawley Town, where Crawley are second from bottom at the moment. And because of their inconsistencies, it's preventing Colchester from dropping down as well. But Colchester today have got a really big game against 21st place Harrogate at the JobServe Community Stadium. If Colchester do not win that, I'd be very worried if I was a Colchester fan, honestly. Also, Sheffield Wednesday, not United, Sheffield Wednesday, the other Sheffield team, taking the lead against Cheltenham. Josh Windass scoring in the 3rd minute. That's a great start for them, and it puts Sheffield Wednesday, I think, up to 3rd place, where they've got to catch up now because Ipswich have got a 4-point gap from Sheffield Wednesday before the start of this stream today. Another League 2 goal, and a very important one, as Rochdale take the lead against Newport. James Ball with the opening goal, and that sends Colchester down into the bottom 2 because it means Rochdale currently overtake both them and Crawley. Oh my goodness me. Well, that was another scenario I didn't foresee coming. Yeah, Rochdale winning and Colchester not winning will send him to the bottom 2 as well. Not a great start for Colchester at all to be in the bottom 2 already, but Rochdale will be in dreamland. Another championship goal. Honestly, this start has been incredible. So many goals to digest. Norwich has scored, with Stoke scoring as well, but the other team who has also scored just now as well, we're going to have to go to the Den, as Millwall have taken the lead. And who else but Zian Fleming, who was absolutely brilliant to get the equaliser against Rotherham. He scores early again today against Middlesbrough to make it 1-0. Now, I've actually predicted 1-0 Millwall. So if it stays like this for the 90 minutes, my prediction league will be absolutely loving this. But maybe I should have predicted more goals. I think, yeah, Wigan, Cardiff have kicked off. All of the championship games have kicked off. There's been no Premier League goals, although having said that, we've only got 4 games happening in the Premier League today. And for the Championship, we've got 10 of the 12 happening at once. Yeah, what a start indeed. Everyone's just trying to catch up with the video printer at the moment there. We couldn't even score against Bristol City, says Downwatch Games. Terry, welcome to the stream. Portsmouth score against Fleetwood. That's a big goal for Portsmouth here. That will definitely put them in a really good position, actually. So it puts Portsmouth, they've not updated their points yet, but it would put them on 24 points, and they will be 2 points behind 3rd place Sheffield Wednesday with 2 games in hand currently. That's a huge goal for the top of the Championship. League 1, sorry. Right, a goal in League 2, which is really, really going to help Colchester because they've taken the lead against Harrogate. I've forgotten if it was Town or whatever. But yeah, I think it is Harrogate Town. Colchester have taken the lead. It is Kwesi Appiah who scores. Now that would send Rochdale back into the bottom 2. And actually this will mean that Colchester will overtake Harrogate. You've just seen it here. So Colchester will currently pick up their 2nd win of the season. Harrogate will now be pushed into a more precarious position. That's a really, really good moment there. Goal in the Premier League. Our first Premier League goal today. Joby McAnuff commentating this one. And it is Leicester City who score in the first Premier League goal. I don't know who scored because it won't tell me. I think it's Patson Daka by the commentary who gets the goal. 2 goals actually in the National League game between Aldershot and Scunthorpe, 1-1. It is Patson Daka who scores first, 10 minutes in. And that makes it 1-0 Leicester. And what would that mean in the table? It will mean that Leicester will be 18th place and they will literally be very close to gain out of the relegation zone. And in fact, as it stands, if Wolves lose to Chelsea, Leicester will be outside of the bottom three just by securing back-to-back wins. This is mad. I know, honestly, I can't get out of the capture mode at the moment because there's so much happening. Right. Oh my god, I forgot I had the ticking scorelines as well. I need to change all of that. We actually have a goal as well. We got another goal to talk about in the Premier League. It might be disallowed to VAR for what I've heard. But apparently Newcastle are behind to Brentford. Brentford have taken the lead currently. Don't know how long that lead's going to last because they've just mentioned VAR, which they'll look at. But at the moment, I don't think Brentford have won an away game so far this season. This will be a big win for them there. Another championship goal to talk about. And did I not say that Blackpool might get something against Watford? Well, they've definitely made it count at the moment because they score first against Watford. Gary Medine in the 10th minute scoring against Watford to make it 1-0 to the Tangerines. Big goal in the National League, actually. Notts County taking the lead against Woking, who will extend their lead at the top if they win here. Brian Mbeumo scores for Brentford, by the way, to make it 1-0 to Brentford. Looks like it's going to stick. In League 2, we've got Stevenage scoring against Swindon. 1-0 to Swindon. That would be an interesting scenario there in terms of the table position there. Right, can I please have some time to update? Okay, in fact, let's just look at the Premier League Championship table, sorry. Let's just see how it looks. So Norwich will be on 27, Sheffield United on 24. Burnley could close the gap if they can get a result against Coventry here, but they're not getting one at the moment. The current bottom three, we've got Coventry ahead of Huddersfield since Huddersfield have not played yet this weekend. We've got West Brom still in there, and Middlesbrough, as they're losing, whilst they're looking quite optimistic, they do drop back down to 21st place because Blackpool have taken the lead against Watford, and that would be a really, really good goal for Blackpool to take forward, actually. They are VARing the Brentford goal. It could be disallowed, which I'll be gutted for Brentford if they get that goal disallowed, honestly. It's disallowed. There's no Brentford goal. It stays 0-0. They took a long time on it, but it is officially still 0-0 against Newcastle and Brentford. Right. You cannot blink for 1 second, otherwise you will miss it. Right. I'm just updating all of the games that I've got a goal at the moment. There's so many goals to catch up with. Wrexham have also scored in the National League against Barnet. Stoke taking the lead there, and that's all the goals. Right, wow. Lula has just asked, who do I support? So I support Chelsea as my Premier League team. I'm an Essex lad, so I look at all the Essex teams as well. That's why I reacted to Colchester winning. So I look at them as well. My local team would be Chelmsford, because that's where I live. I need to actually look at how Chelmsford are doing against Chess Hunt, actually. Another goal in the Championship. There's literally no breaks so far. It's constant action. And this time it is at the Swansea.com Stadium, as Swansea have now taken the lead against Sunderland. I don't know who scored, but there is a goal. 1-0 Gillingham against Crewe Alexandra, by the way. That's a good result for Gillingham if they can get it. It's Oliver Cooper who scores for Swansea, making it 1-0 to the home team. And that will be a bad result again for Sunderland, who are still strikerless. They've got to rely on the lights. Goal against Wigan and Cardiff. Oh, that means I'm wrong because I predicted a 0-0 draw in this game. Right, that's the first game that I'm definitely going to get my prediction wrong. Cardiff have taken the lead against Wigan. I don't know who scored it, but we'll definitely get confirmation of it very, very soon. Scunthorpe have done a complete comeback against Aldershot. They were 1-0 down early doors, but now they're 2-1 up. Jay Rose scoring for Scunthorpe there. It's Callum Robinson. I mean, why did I underestimate the impact of Callum Robinson? Of course he'd get on the score sheet. 1-0 Cardiff, and yeah, it feels about right now. Probably should have predicted Cardiff to get a result following that Wigan don't get results at home. Holland hits the post. Goodness me, we're going to get a load of action today by the looks of things. There's literally, I think most of the Championship games have got at least one goal in them now. Let's find it. So Swansea have scored. So both Welsh teams have just scored in quick succession, actually. The only games with not a goal in the Championship so far is West Brom Luton and Coventry Burnley and Blackburn Rotherham. But the rest of them, the rest of the 7 games have got a goal. So that's 7 Championship goals already to talk about. That is amazing. We've not really had that. Right, it's working. I can't believe I didn't notice that. Thank you guys so much for that. How much of that did you hear? What did I stop saying before it got muted? Because I was talking about all the goals. Did I talk about the Fleetwood equaliser with Carlos Mendes Gomez? Did I talk about Gillingham's goal with Scott Cashgay? I'm hoping that there wasn't a lot that was cut out there. There's an actual break actually with Soccer Saturday, so I'm just going to quickly shut my door. So just please tell me how much of it was muted, just so I can regather my thoughts. I just need to quickly shut my door. 2 seconds. The stream probably sounded better with me being muted, let's be honest. Goal for Bristol Rovers against Cambridge in League One. It's a Greg Taylor own goal. Cambridge struggling a little bit for form recently. They lost 3-0 to Ipswich in midweek, and now they're losing to Bristol Rovers in the weekend. Because, yeah, Cambridge had a really good start. Their manager was approached by, I think, was it Rotherham who approached their manager? And he said no. But after Cambridge started so well, they are kind of dropping down the table a little bit now. They're down to 13th place, Cambridge, actually, which is a shame. I'm actually going to remove my pinned message now, actually. I don't think we need that message being shown above everyone. We're not at 15 likes yet, though. So, guys, if you've not liked the stream yet, please do like the stream. It really does help the growth of this channel. If you've not hit that subscribe button either, that also helps as well. We're 1,488, 12 subscribers away from 1,500. We can definitely make a really good step towards that goal today. By the way, guys, I've also made a poll actually on the community tab to basically find out which game am I going to be streaming tomorrow. So guys, if you've not voted on that, please do that also. That really helps as well. Right, we've got a couple of goals to talk about actually, so it's good that we're on this. Man City have scored. I think it's João Cancelo for what I can see who scored. Yeah, João Cancelo with the 20th minute. I think he may be in my fantasy team. I can't remember actually. I've got one of the defenders for Man City in my fantasy team. Can't remember if it was Cancelo or Ruben Diaz. I'll find out soon. But yeah, Man City scored a second goal in the Premier League. Got a couple of League 2 goals to talk about. Tranmere take the lead against Sutton. Sutton struggling now. Kane Hemming scoring from the spot. That puts Sutton in 15th place. Okay, not too bad actually. And then another goal as well is the Crew equalising against Gillingham. We've got another championship goal. So it's Daniel Ajay who scores. The other championship goal is actually one of the games that didn't feature a goal. It is at Ewood Park, Blackburn Rovers taking the lead. I was seeing a message from, it was Tom or John saying that Rotherham nearly score. And you can see that they had good form there. But now Blackburn have hit back. And Ben Brereton Diaz, of all people, have managed to score the first opening goal for Blackburn today. Looks like we may get more Premier League goals in a minute. But look at this. Nearly all of the games have got a goal. West Brom Luton and Coventry Burnley are the only 2 Premier League games not to have a goal at the moment. Walsall versus Wimbledon. We've got a goal in that game. It's an equalising goal actually for Wimbledon. Really bad start for Wimbledon, but Riley Tower manages to give Wimbledon a little bit of hope. 20 minutes in, Manchester City managed to get their first goal, which was substantially longer time to score. Right, there's a goal at St James's Park. So from Brentford, who managed to get an opening goal disallowed, it's Bruno Guimaraes who scores for Newcastle, making it 1-0. Football's a cruel world. Brian Mbeumo would have wanted that goal. It was disallowed, I think, for offside. Guimaraes scores for Newcastle, making it 1-0 to Newcastle. And that really puts Newcastle in a very strong position. Look at that. They're only denied off the top 4 by goal difference. Brighton are only just slightly better with their goal difference, actually. So all the Premier League games have got a goal, apart from Chelsea Wolves, which I predicted 0-0 for, so I'm not surprised. So apparently Ben Brereton Diaz scored from the penalty spot, so I didn't actually notice that. But yeah, Ben Brereton Diaz scored from the penalty spot. That was how Blackburn got their goal. Hopefully it means the game will open up a little bit, because I predicted a couple of goals in this one. Although I think the highest scoring game I predicted was West Brom Luton. Maybe I should have predicted that there would be more, or maybe even less goals, I should say, in that one there. And Coventry Burnley still 0-0 at the moment. I think I predicted a 2-1 Burnley win, but I wasn't too sure about it. Honestly, that was one of the predictions I was a little bit not so sure about. But I tell you this, to have this amount of goals already is really exciting already. Let's actually update the ticker again, because there's just constant action. So Man City have scored. We've also seen Newcastle get on the score sheet. Millwall taking the lead. Blackburn scoring there. And I think that's it. I'm not going to say your name, but he says, come on, City. If you want to know what the name is, you can read it yourself. Shrewsbury scores, apparently, according to the chat. Let's see. Who are they playing against? I can't remember who Shrewsbury were playing, actually. Oh, that's right. They're playing against MK Dons. Oh, dear me. It is 1-0 to Shrewsbury in that game. That is a goal from, I think... No, it's not appeared on the video printer yet. I did talk about that Bristol Rovers goal. Didn't actually say... Yeah, it was a Greg Taylor own goal. Big goal in League One as well, actually, between Plymouth and Accrington Stanley. And the leaders, Plymouth, who have got an unstoppable home record at the moment. They continue that form with Niall Ennis getting on the score sheet. 1-0 to Plymouth, who are absolutely flying this season. They'll be on 31 points out of a possible 39. That is incredible consistency. It's Tom Bayliss, the former Preston man, who scores for Shrewsbury, by the way. He's the one who makes it 1-0. Steve Cottrell, I forgot he was actually still managing Shrewsbury. He's the one that's taken the lead there. Liam Manning, who's really not having a great start so far. Apparently, Sheffield United responding quite well against Stoke, but they've not found that equalising goal at the moment. Is it going to be a frustrating game again for the Blades? Because if it's a defeat again, then that's going to be 2 defeats and 3, and only 1 point picked up out of 9 in their last 3 games as well. Big goal in League 2 between Bradford and Stockport. Bradford doing really well, but it's the underdog team in Stockport County who scores the first opening goal in that game. Paddy Madden from the penalty spot makes it 1-0 Stockport. And Stockport, with this goal, would put them on 12 points. And that puts them in a really nice position, actually, because if you see there, Colchester would have been joint on points for Stockport had they not picked up a win in that game. Apparently, Port Vale missed a penalty. I didn't actually notice that, but Port Vale missed their chance to equalise against Derby as they missed the penalty. Second goal at Carrow Road, and I am incorrect with my prediction between Norwich and Preston. I anticipated Norwich to keep a clean sheet, but they did not. Preston have equalised, and it sounds like the same old story with Norwich, missing countless opportunities to extend their lead, and now they're punished as Preston do find a way to equalise. It's Emil Reese who scores. That's 2 goals in 2 games for Emil Reese-Jacobson. Is that going to be them turning a corner with their goal-scoring problems? As it is 2 goals in 2, and it is 2 goals in 2 for Emil Reese-Jacobson as well. 1-1. I'll be intrigued to know if anyone did predict Preston to score against Norwich there. Thank you to the 8 viewers of you watching this. I don't think we've had any more goals in the Championship to talk about there. We've had a lot of goals, I've got to be honest. A lot to talk about there. But all of them, apart from Norwich and Preston, have only just had 1 goal in, actually. Let's update the scores again because there's so much going on. There's literally no chance to breathe. And I'm glad I got the ticker fixed as well, actually. So we have got Norwich 1, Preston now scoring as well. Swansea 1, and then Neil 1 there. Ryan Joseph goes saying, why is Giles not starting? Maybe it's a statement, really. It could be, you know, sometimes we see this with managers under pressure or managers being changed. We see some players starting regularly, just getting dropped, just trying out new players. I don't know, personally, because if I've seen my experience with Ryan Giles, he's someone who should start many games. But potentially they want to try and give more opportunities to more people, but it's not turned out well for them so far since Middlesbrough are currently losing to Millwall. Leyton Orient, the leaders of League 2, taking the lead. Paul Smith with a goal. I was going to go to that, but actually we've got another Championship goal, which we'll stick with. It's at the Bet365 Stadium. Sheffield United do get their equaliser. It's Ryan Brewster with the goal there. Another Premier League goal between Newcastle and Brentford. It's 2-0 Newcastle, and it's looking very comfortable for them already. But I want to know who assisted Ryan Brewster for that equaliser. It's James Mukherjee who gets the assist. Ryan Brewster equalises. Maybe this game could be pretty open between Stoke and Sheffield United. That is exactly what I predicted, 1-1 actually. But now that they equalise that quickly, Sheffield United, maybe this could be their day that they recover. You're saying Isaiah Jones should not be playing. Interesting. Any particular reason? Is he like wasteful in front of goal? Is it just him not tracking back? There surely should be a reason behind it. Apparently it's Jacob Murphy who actually scores the second goal for Newcastle. I wasn't actually expecting Jacob Murphy to be on the score sheet today, but he is on the score sheet, and that means I think Newcastle will be okay. So they've got the same goal difference as Brighton now, but the reason why Brighton are high up in the table is for a start. Newcastle have played more games, and also Brighton have just won more games. Another equalising goal in the Championship. We're starting to get more goals again. And this time it's to the away side of Watford as Imran Loser scores against Blackpool. We're getting some goals. We really are getting some goals. I don't know if they're going to completely dry up in the second half. But I predicted Stoke 1, Sheffield United 1. I predicted Blackpool 1, Watford 1 at the moment. I predicted Swansea 1-0 against Sunderland. I predicted the Blackburn win. What else in terms of predictions have I done? I think that may be it, actually. Oh, no, but I also predicted 1-0 Mill against Middlesbrough, actually. I tell you what, it's starting well, but it definitely means it's not going to stay that way then. Yeah, Watford equaliser, Scunthorpe 3-1 up. VJ is celebrating Loser being on the score sheet. There's just more goals to catch up with. So, Newcastle scored a second here. What else has happened? We had Watford equalising against Blackpool. We already put the equaliser there. But we had Sheffield United also equalising against Stoke. That is what's happened so far. That's 3 goals in the space of 2 minutes. Rangers, by the way, in the Scottish Premiership are 2-0 up against St Mirren. They'd have been absolutely gutted because it looked like that Celtic were going to drop points. But in the 96th minute, Celtic find a way to get a winning goal to end 2-1. It is 2-0 to Rangers there and 3-1 to Scunthorpe there. It's Joe Nuttall, I think, who scores from the penalty spot for Scunthorpe, making it 3-1. I don't think there's been any goals that I've missed so far. Of course, the only Premier League game to be 0-0 is the one that Chelsea's involved in, as I actually predicted in my predictions. It was, I did predict 0-0 because Wolves are just a really bad team to try and score against, unfortunately. And I just don't think Chelsea... Wow, okay, second goal for Man City. It is 2-0. It's just too easy for them at the moment. I think if I heard the commentary right, I think it was Phil Foden on the score sheet. Dunfermline score against Alloa there. And we've got a red card in the Scottish Championship as well. But yeah, it is Phil Foden who scores for Manchester City. That's 2 goals in 32 minutes. What sort of scoreline are we going to get here? I predicted 3-1. Which might be a little bit realistic, actually. But no goal for Haaland yet. I'll be intrigued to know if he got any assists, though. No, Phil Foden's getting the points right now because he scored and he assisted João Cancelo's first goal, actually. Kyle Walker-Peters struggling there because he got a yellow card, actually. So we've now finally got a bit of a break. No goals to actually try and chase. Although Woking have gone back into it against Notts County. It's now 2-1. Notts County have not got as much of a big lead as they had now. It sounds like to me that Leicester have been by far the better team. It looks like now they've got a good run of games. They're now really trying to take advantage of that at the moment now. I'm just checking to see how Chelsea are doing against Chess Hunt. Still 0-0, but apparently Chess Hunt being the better team at the moment. Oh dear, come on. We've got to fight for this game. Maybe a bit of a surprising scoreline in League One. Forest Green have taken the lead against Bolton Wanderers, who are in the top 6, but they probably won't be as results stand at the moment. I can't do the maths. Oh no, they still will be, in fact, pretty comfortably as well. Look at that form from Bolton there, 4 wins in a row. But now, but then they had that defeat very, very recently. Who was that against? Oh, it was Cheltenham, that's right. And it's currently 1-0 to Forest Green. So this could be back-to-back defeats for Bolton if they're not careful here at the moment. Connor Wickham. So that's another team that Connor Wickham can tick off his list now. Apparently someone's hit the crossbar between Stoke and Sheffield United. Looking like a very open game so far. I'm a bit worried now because I've predicted 1-1. So I preferably want no more goals to go from this game. But it seems like some teams are up for it. We've got an equalising goal between Wrexham and Barnet. Barnet getting an equalising goal. I did manage to see who got the equalising goal. So at the moment, Wrexham, this is not ideal for them because they need to try and catch Notts County now. Wrexham are losing. I've got a draw. I've not got Wrexham to lose at the moment. I don't know where you're getting this from, Tom, unless the goals are now starting to appear on the video printer. Don't know what's your vendetta against Wrexham personally, but I'll look into it. Are they actually losing? It's definitely a draw at the moment, but I've not seen 2-1 at the moment. Oldham have taken the lead against Maidenhead. Maidenhead. That's how you say it. Oldham have taken the lead. Kabamba's the only goal I've seen for Barnet at the moment. There's been no other goals as well I can see there. Oh, that's a very poor start for Ipswich. They're losing to bottom of the league Morecambe. This was my fear of Ipswich if they were going to play against the teams that are going to park the bus and hit on the break. Morecambe will be that team today, and Morecambe have taken full advantage of it. Set piece. Yeah, Phillips, Huddersfield on loan as well, so people will know about him. Yeah, only their third home goal this season. It is indeed 2-1 Barnet. It has just appeared. Harry Pritchard scores for Barnet. It's gone from bad to worse. Wrexham really need to win, and they've got to hope that Notts County drop points in the moment, because it's ruthless, the National League at the moment. It looks like Tom's really celebrating Wrexham losing. I don't know why he hates them so much, but either way, it probably is because of Solihull Moors that they can now make some ground from Wrexham there. Because I think Solihull are still within the top 7. But at the moment, I don't think Solihull Moors are getting the result that they need at the moment. So I don't remember them appearing on the video printer yet. In fact, no, they're not even playing today. We can go ahead of them if we win. Fair enough. Fair enough, that makes sense. So it's Bristol City 1, Cambridge 1 now. I believe. I think we've just talked about, it's Kieran Phillips who scores for Morecambe. That's a very poor start for Ipswich to concede that. But it is also an equalising goal between the game of Bristol Rovers and Cambridge. Bristol Rovers not really quite building on this season at the moment. Joe Ironside scoring from the penalty spot by the looks of things there. Look at that. Bristol Rovers are currently in the bottom 4 as it stands. Looks like Colchester have got a very comfortable lead now. They're now leading Harrogate by 2-0. It is legend of Colchester United, Frank Nouble with the goal. Shimadu with the assist. Now then, this will be the first win with Matt Bloomfield as manager too. And this will definitely put them in a really decent... I mean, look at that. 3 defeats in a row for Colchester, who are really struggling. This win is priceless for them right now. It puts them on 9 points in their opening 12, which is still not great. But it still means that we increase... Well, it means we're only 1 point off the relegation zone. But it means that we're not 22nd, which is a positive in my eyes for Colchester. Either way, they really needed to beat Harrogate. You know, it was a team that they could have really tried to take advantage of. And they are taking full advantage of that at the moment. 2-0 to Colchester. Uni Open Day. Oh, tell me how that went, Charlie. I'm always very excited for when university open days take place. Goodness me, right. I think, have we missed any goals that I've not even put in the video printer? But yeah, I think we've actually caught up. I think we've had a small break, actually, of Championship goals. We've had a brilliant start. Just goals coming in from Championship games every single minute. Only 2 games in the Championship now are now goalless, which are, I believe, Burnley and Coventry and West Brom Luton. Those are the 2 games that are still currently goalless in the Championship. You're in Manchester. Oh, if you're in Manchester Uni, that'll be a decent one to go to. There's a real big incident in League One. I spoke about Plymouth taking the lead. Well, now they've got... Oh, okay. Something's happened here. Equalising goal for Wrexham. I think it's Tom O'Connor with the equaliser for Wrexham. But I was going to say, I thought that Plymouth were down to 10 men, but it turns out it must have been a fight because both Plymouth and Accrington are down to 10 men each. Dan Scarr and Seamus Connolly both sent off. So we've got another championship goal. It's to the away side of Burnley. Coventry currently falling behind against them there. Nathan Teller on the score sheet for that game. I did predict a Burnley win. And it means the only game without a goal is now West Brom and Luton Town. I don't know what the details of the goal. So that defeat for Coventry means that they're back down to last place in the championship. Huddersfield still that bit above them. Blackpool, with them drawing now, means that they are no longer up there in 18th place. Stoke were actually up the table a couple of places as well. But because they are now conceded a goal against Sheffield United and it's 1-1, they're now down to 18th. Rotherham, look how much they're starting to drop now. And Birmingham, with that 1-0 lead, they're looking pretty decent. And just like that, Wrexham are now 3-2 up. Paul Mullin, 37th minute, makes it 3-2 Wrexham. That is incredible. So a comeback just like that. That game between Wrexham and Barnet is proving to be a really good game. Wrexham take the lead and then Barnet take the lead. And now Wrexham have now retaken that lead. It could be an intriguing outcome, this. And they will now be hoping that Notts County drop points. Because Wrexham are still chasing them down. It is still coming 2-1 to Notts County, by the way. Burnley with that goal puts them on 22 points and only 2 points behind QPR. That means they do overtake Reading, so Reading will drop down. Swansea will have 4 wins in a row currently and will be in 6th place. But Blackburn with a win, just below them there. But Watford, as they're not winning, there's going to be a bit of a gap starting to form between 7th and 8th place, which is interesting there. Luton not winning, they find themselves on 9 points. Looking at Cardiff recovering well, up to 10th place currently, and Sunderland dropping down a little bit there. Very peculiar table starting to form in the Championship now. In the Premier League, all the games have got a goal apart from Chelsea Wolves, which I actually did predict 0-0 in my score predictions. So I really wouldn't be surprised if it does end up in a negative way. Ah, okay, interesting. So Leicester are actually above Southampton now because Southampton's goal difference has been completely taken hit by Manchester City. So Leicester, with those back-to-back wins currently, puts them outside of the relegation zone, and Bournemouth will be in 13th place, and it means their 4-game unbeaten run will come to an end. Wolves will be actually up to 16th currently, so Southampton drop up to 3 places currently due to this. And Man City will be top of the Premier League as it stands. Big goal in League 2, Hartlepool, who are in 20th, have now moved up to 18th because they've scored against Carlisle United. It is Alex Lacey who scores for Hartlepool. It looks like Keith Curle is working his magic again to keep teams in League 2, and Hartlepool are going to be his next project, and he is doing a bit of a good job at the moment based on current results. But I say now, I think we've actually caught up with all the goals. Right, how have you guys reacted to that? All the bottom League 2 teams are winning. Yes, they are. Did Haaland score? No. Haaland's actually not had a goal contribution yet. Foden scored and assisted the first goal. João Cancelo scored the first one. Foden scored the second one with De Bruyne getting the assist there. Thought of Wolves getting Sevilla's manager. I don't think they'll get I know they're linked with Lopetegui, but I'm not sure he'll go to Wolves, you know. But if they do get him, then I think that's a decent appointment, despite the reputation he's now brought, especially in the Spanish league. Let's actually change the ticking scores, because there's just some constant action at the moment. What have I missed so far? Oh yeah, Burnley scoring. So that's pretty much it. Wow, some big goals there. So in terms of the only games that I can definitely get incorrect in my predictions, so Preston scoring has screwed my Norwich Preston prediction, and Cardiff scoring has stopped my 0-0 prediction happening, which I'm a bit annoyed of myself about, because I was really tempted to put a Cardiff win, but I don't know why. I thought Wigan might be able to deal with them there. Callum Robinson is just another league with that whole Cardiff team, and he's definitely been a big difference. And I've got to say, if Callum Robinson can continue with great performances, I think he'll be up there for Player of the Month. He could at least get a nomination if he projects Cardiff up the table, because we were just looking at the Championship table that Cardiff were up to 10th place now following their good form at the moment. What a difference. And okay, second goal, and that's another prediction that's now wrong. So we're going to go to St Andrews, and Birmingham have scored 2 goals at home for only the second time this season, which is why I've not predicted Birmingham to score 2 goals today. And that's another prediction. Oh my God, it's all falling apart in terms of my predictions. Alston Trusting makes it 2-0 to Birmingham. Another bad result for Bristol City by the looks of things. But I'm saying this again because now Sunderland have now taken the lead against... well, they have already taken the lead, but they've now got a 2-0 lead against Sunderland, as I've only predicted 1-0 for that game. Oh, it was all going so well, but now it's falling apart, my predictions. I mean, whatever happens, happens. I've already got a correct score from yesterday's game anyway, so this one is just for a little bit more fun. I don't know who scored for Swansea. It won't appear yet, but it does look like that they have got a 2-goal advantage, and it's going to be very tough for Sunderland to see if they can get anything from this. They won't tell me who scored. Please tell me who scored. Just taking their time. Please tell me who scored. They just won't tell me. It's a free kick. It looks like it's Harry Darling with the score sheet. And Ben Cabango with the assist. So Ben Cabango and Harry Darling, that centre-back connection, working wonders again for Swansea. But we were quite critical of that back line for Swansea at the start of the season. But they seem like that they really got their act together. So Birmingham are now 2-0 up. And the other goal that happened was Swansea being 2-0 up against Sunderland. So we've now caught up. Coventry have hit the bar, apparently. Ian Matson with a yellow card. Ooh, that's the thing with Ian Matson, you know. Oh, we've got a goal. All right, Chelsea have scored. So my 0-0 draw is wrong. But it looks like Kai Havertz has scored for Chelsea just before half-time. That is more than a crucial time for Chelsea to score. I was questioning the squad, especially seeing Havertz starting up front, but he's now definitely made his place in the squad seem a little bit more valuable now. Chelsea just scoring just before half-time. That would put Chelsea in the top 4. In fact, yeah, put them exactly 4th place with this current scoreline at the moment. That's a crucial goal to get just before half-time. Second goal for Shrewsbury against MK Dons. MK Dons in some big trouble here. Jordan Shipley making it 2-0 there. There's that Kai Havertz goal. I don't know who assisted it because I didn't quite hear. Maybe it came off the post or something. I don't know. But anyway, Chelsea have taken the lead, and that's really important to get that goal at that particular time as well. In the Championship, all the games have had goals. Oh no, there's another game that I've got wrong in my predictions now. Oh, come on. Well, Stoke have now taken the lead, and I don't think many predictors have gone for a Stoke win. I've got to be honest. It is Stoke who score first. Oh, score first. Well, they did score first with Ben Wilmot, but apparently it's 2-1. I don't know why they've changed it, but I did see 2-1. There it is. There's the confirmation. 2-1 Stoke. I don't know who scored. It won't show me. It's Phil Jagielka, of all people, to score. Eastleigh taking the lead against Chesterfield. That's a huge result. Paul Cook's team's falling apart by the looks of things at the moment. Their form has not been the greatest whatsoever. Wow, that's a brilliant scoreline for Stoke City right now. Late goal in the half between Northampton and Salford in League 2. Salford snatching a goal just before half-time. I did see the goal scorer, but then I didn't quite see it in time before the video printer came in. Galbraith, that's literally who I was just waiting for. They were just building up for so long. Oh, headphones are out of charge. Oh, that's just great. Now I can't hear the commentary. I forgot to charge my headphones. Okay, so I'm going to be headphone-less throughout the whole rest of this stream. It should be fun. Gilchrist has a yellow card. Oh, Coventry got to be careful not to lose their heads. They can't lose their heads in a game like this, especially against a team like Burnley, who will suffocate you if they've got extra people on the field. Jags the X-Blade. Yes, he is the X-Blade. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely, yeah. So Jagielka scoring against his former club. I didn't clock that. You're absolutely spot on. Oh, he's going to get a very warm reception, I'll tell you that. Right, so let's update these scores again just before half-time. Chelsea finally score against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Any other goals have happened? Stoke now taking the lead against Sheffield United with Jagielka getting a goal. And that is everything to be updated. Tranmere scored a second goal against Sutton. But I think that's pretty much all the games going to half-time. The only game I'm quite upset about at the moment is Ipswich losing against Morecambe. I really don't want my work employees to be in a terrible mood. Because ultimately, Ipswich doing well will make them in a really, really nice mood. And it will make my job much easier to deal with them right now. We all know what happens when Burnley go 1-0 up. Well, most of the time, actually, it's not always Burnley holding out for a result. I've remembered countless times Burnley taking the lead and then they drop points. I think of when they leading Blackpool when they lost out on 3 points there. Burnley do have a habit of dropping points when they lead. So it doesn't mean that they're going to win when they take the lead or they score first. That's not the case whatsoever. If you roll over and just accept that you're just not going to win if you concede, then it's a poor mentality. And, you know, Coventry can't afford to have that at the moment. Charlie Brown has requested for subs, so that's a good time for me to promote the channel. So, guys, you're just going to see a picture of me in a minute. Here I am. Look at me. It's me and me together. So, guys, if you've not liked the stream, please do so. It really does help the growth of this channel. We're currently on 17 likes. Let's try and get to 30 likes, as you can see from the target there. That would be absolutely brilliant if we can eventually do that. And if you guys have not done so, yeah, there I am. There I go. And there is react section there. Cloned me indeed. Yeah, that looks really, really interesting there. So, guys, if you've not hit the like button, please do so. You can see 70 likes there. And if you've not hit the subscribe button, well, what we're currently at the moment, we're 1,489. So the cloning's over. Don't need to worry about that. 1489 is where we're at. 11 subs away from 1,500. We are not far away at all. We could get really, really close to that, actually, by this stream. And I will be streaming again tomorrow. I need to actually find out the current standings of the poll. In fact, that's something I could do, actually. Let me just quickly go back to this. And I can show you what poll I have made for all of you here. Okay, right, this is a good way to show you. So, guys and catcher, as you can see at the top, I've asked you guys, what game would you like me to stream tomorrow? And I've got 3 options: Huddersfield Hull, Crystal Palace Leeds, and Arsenal versus Liverpool. As you can see, Arsenal versus Liverpool has got a huge lead. And in fact, doing the maths, I think only one of you has wanted me to do Huddersfield and Hull, with this being almost a championship channel. I'm a bit surprised how one-sided this was. But I did put Arsenal-Liverpool thinking, yeah, people are going to want to see that, aren't they? Although, we could see a small change of the standings if all of you vote. So, guys, the latest poll will determine what game I stream tomorrow. So, if you guys have not voted on the poll, please do so. Just to remind you guys about subs, 1,489, 11 subs away to 1,500. That would be absolutely amazing if we can eventually get to that goal. But thank you guys, as always, for the terrific support. I'll create an account to make 149. You don't have to, but thank you so much, Charlie. Championship have bad referees, says Darragh. Well, don't we? I mean, I saw that with my own eyes yesterday when they didn't give a blatant handball for QPR. I'm watching Coventry. Awful referees, should be down to 10. Oh, really? Right, well, I'll be watching the highlights and I'll see if there's been any particular fouls that determine if there were any red cards. I'll be also watching Matt's vlog. I'm assuming he's vlogging this game between Coventry and Burnley, so I'll also find out from his reaction as well. Right, Someone wanted to see Gatsby, so you guys are going to see him. It's going to be quite awkward to show him because he's quite far away. Oh, he's stretching actually. See if you can see him. There he is. There he is. A very awkward part of my face. There you go. That's all you need to see. There he is. Asleep. He's kind of half awake now. He's seen himself on the TV and he's thinking, what on earth is this? But he is here. Again, for the 4th stream in a row. That's by far the longest streak of streams that he's actually made an appearance for so far. I don't know what it is. I tell you what it is. It's because Elliot is at university at the moment, and I think he's missing him a little bit. So he's just spending a little bit more time with me. I think Elliot and I share Gatsby's... What's the right word? Gatsby's like me time or friendly time or whatever. I think that's the right word to use. And because of that, Gatsby's now just completely using all of his attention on me now. Port Vale had the better first half. We take the win going into the second half. Yeah, by the looks of things, Port Vale were unlucky not to get an equalising goal. They missed a penalty by the looks of things. Hashman has asked, what's my prediction with Sheffield United? Will they make a comeback or will Stokes take the lead still? I mean, my prediction's already wrong because I predicted 1-1 and it's 2-1 Stoke. It feels like something's wrong with Sheffield United. Their squad doesn't seem as big as deep as it does, and I don't know. It just doesn't feel right at the moment. I would be surprised if Sheffield United score at least 1 goal, but I'm thinking it might end 3-2 Stoke. That's what I think will happen. Charlie, legend. Thank you so much. He's just put Gatsby. So he's ultimately just given me that 5 quid. So thank you so much, Gats, for that. You will be getting fed tonight. Thank you so much, Charlie. I really do appreciate that. Coventry are going down and the Town are staying up, says Blue Terrier. Ooh, fighting words from a Huddersfield fan there. I'm just trying to remember if Huddersfield have played Coventry so far this season. I literally, my brain's gone so blank. I actually can't remember, to be honest. If they have not, then that's a huge game when they eventually do play against each other. Something tells me that they may have already drawn. I mean, definitely not a win for Huddersfield because Huddersfield can barely get a win at the moment. But Coventry can barely get a win either. If money is towards a treat for Gatsby, maybe a lasagna. Yeah, I can see the Garfield reference there. That's a great prediction. I think it will be a 2-2 draw or a Stoke win. Yeah, it just has that feeling. Sometimes you could just even tell from the momentum that something will happen. Unless something shifts, unless like a certain player from a certain team gets injured or like a tactical change tries to happen, and if it works and doesn't work, there's so many factors that can change it. And it's quite difficult to predict. You just put yourself in an open mind thinking, okay, what do these managers do when this and this happens? Or if it happens the same sort of pattern of what we've seen, what will happen as well. So it's impossible to get it absolutely spot on. You know, if you do get things spot on, it's kind of, I would quote, luck involved. But at the same time, you do try and use some initiative to try and work out what you're trying to predict. Oh, that's right. Yes, that's why I thought, did it or did it not happen? It got postponed. That's right. That was the game that got postponed due to the Commonwealth. That's right. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's why I got confused thinking, had they not played? It's like I talked about them, but then I don't remember a result. That makes more sense. I can't see Coventry scoring against Burnley. Have they looked really good defensively so far, or is it just their striker? I mean, how's Tyler Walker done? I was very surprised to see him in the starting 11, to be honest. Vijay thinks he can see Coventry scoring against Burnley, so it's good to see someone optimistic for Coventry at least. It is luck, because anything can happen in a game of football. Yeah, exactly. You know, we try and quote ourselves being the best predictors, but a lot of people would say a lot of it is just a bit of fortune. You know, we try and use evidence and stats and stuff like that. I used to go in so much detail on analysing games to try and get them correct, and I just found that I just overcomplicate it, really, to be honest. And I just think it's much better to use your initiative. You know, you've been watching football for, I mean, for me, it'll be, I mean, I'm 22, but started watching it at 10. We've been watching football for 12 plus years now. I know how games can go when things go for and against certain teams, how those certain teams react as well. Those are the sort of things you just think about, and you put those scenarios, and then you just pick one to happen. You're just never going to get a completely correct scenario. I mean, how many people would have predicted, for instance, Plymouth and Accrington to go down to 10 men? Oh, Gatsby, where are you going? He's going. Oh, that's just rude. He didn't like my lecture of trying to predict games. He's got so bored of it, he's jumped off the bed. Charlie Brown says 22 but looks 30. How dare you? And how dare you for interrupting my lecture on predictions? Right. Be right back. I've got to let him out, otherwise he will be imprisoned. Hang on a minute. You are very rude, you know that. You go on my bed, interrupt my work today, and then you leave. Absolutely scandalous. I'll be using that donation for something else then. What are the chances of Burnley going 2-0 up? Weekly Forest has predicted 70%. I think we'll definitely get another goal. I don't think it's a game that will necessarily end 1-0. When the beard's gone, he'll look younger. Well, 2,000 subscribers, that beard will go. That is my next deal for you. And we have gained a sub. I think that may have been Charlie's account. Thank you so much. We are 10 away from 1,500. 510 subs away from this beard going. You guys, you are able to find videos of me without a beard, but it's one of my first couple of videos, and I can't watch them, otherwise I cringe to the highest of heavens. About 3-0 up, 25%. Yeah, I guess those are good odds there. 10 away. Yeah, really, really good. Honestly, I'm really, really excited now. If it's 1,500 today, I'll be absolutely starstruck, honestly. But thank you guys, as always, for terrific support. And I've got to say, I've really enjoyed this 3 p.m. watch-along so far. The games have just been really, really entertaining, actually. Now could be a good time just to see all the games previewing so far. Newcastle, Brentford 2-0. You can see by the attack momentum, it's pretty much been mostly Newcastle there. Jacob Murphy and Gimme Ayers as goal scorers, with Trippier and Wilson getting the assists. Oh God, David Raya with a 5.9 rating. Not good for him. Bournemouth, Leicester. So the goal came from Patson Daka in the 10th minute. VAR had a look at it, but it was confirmed from VAR. Attack momentum a little bit more even in that one by the looks of things. Chelsea and Wolves, you can see mostly Chelsea looking more likely to score. Wolves actually having that spell to score was when Havertz scored, actually. Mason Mount with the assist and Kai Havertz with the goal. So those were two of the most scrutinised players of Chelsea quite recently, but they have combined to get a goal. Could we get more from that one goal, though? That's what we're going to have to try and hope and find out. Man City 2-0 up against Southampton. I mean, look at that. Southampton barely making any threat from Man City, honestly. João Cancelo scoring with Foden assisting, then Foden scoring, and Kevin De Bruyne assisting as well. For the Championship, let's go through all the goals so far. So Birmingham 2-0 up against Bristol City. Aaron Trusty on loan from Arsenal is the guy with the 2 goals. Mabry with a yellow card there. Millwall Middlesbrough is what I predicted, actually, and it is currently 1-0 Millwall. Despite that, looking like Middlesbrough are looking the more likely team to score. It is Zian Fleming with another moment of brilliance to make it 1-0 to Millwall. That is what I predicted, actually. So no goals in that game would be nice, but now I've probably jinxed it. Wigan Cardiff, I predicted not many goals. I said 0-0, but Cardiff have scored with some good play again by Callum Robinson. There is already a goal in League One, which I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, Callum Robinson getting that moment now, and I probably should have predicted a Cardiff win, honestly, now. Blackburn 1-0 up against Rotherham. Rotherham doing pretty well, but Ben Brereton Diaz scoring from the penalty spot. Currently 0-0 between West Brom and Luton. Looking a little bit more like that West Brom may have just edged it at the moment, but Luton's still in that game. Swansea Sunderland, looking like that Swansea have been the better team for most of that game. The goal scorers have come from Oliver Cooper and Matt Grimes assisting, and Harry Darling and Nathan Wood getting the assist for that second goal just before half-time as well. 3 goals at the Bet365 Stadium. Stoke 2-1 up. Ben Wilmot with Jagielka assisting. So Jagielka's got 2 goal contributions against his former club. Wow. Ryan Brewster equalising for Sheffield United, but that was cancelled out in the 49th minute as well. Coventry and Burnley, 1-0 to Burnley. Look at that. It's looking very one-sided so far in terms of the attack momentum, at least. Nathan Teller scores to make it 1-0. Although I think Coventry hit the bar, if I remembered reading a comment there. Yeah, Coventry have hit the woodwork. So they have got something. It's just whether they can deliver it. Now, 1-1 between Blackpool and Watford is what I predicted, but is it going to stay that way? I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Blackpool starting well, which was from that Gary Medine goal, but Watford completely taken over after that. Imran Loser making it 1-1. And finally, Norwich-Preston. Norwich starting like a house on fire. Josh Sargent in the second minute scoring, but then Reece Jacobson scoring for Preston, which could come to a surprise to a couple of people. It's 2 goals in 2 games for Reece Jacobson as well. Are we going to finally see a Preston team now starting to score more goals? They would definitely like that. Now the early goal in League One, which I was going to talk to you guys about, but I was going through all the games in the Championship and Premier League, and it's Peterborough who scored first in this second half. Johnson Clark-Harris scores for Peterborough, 1-0 to Posh, and that puts Peterborough back in the top 6 since Bolton and Barnsley are currently losing their games. Look how competitive it is right there in that period of the table. Plymouth will currently have a 4-point lead as it stands, as Ipswich are losing to Morecambe. Sheffield Wednesday would really love this at the moment because they're winning in their game. Can't remember who they're winning against. It was again, oh yeah, Cheltenham, that's right. So they're beating Cheltenham, and that means because Ipswich are losing to Morecambe, they're now only 1 point behind. Portsmouth, with them drawing at the moment. Yes, they took the lead, didn't they? But then they conceded an equaliser to Fleetwood. They're losing a tiny bit of an advantage that they could have in this game. Because if they win, they are only 2 points behind Sheffield Wednesday. And in fact, they will be 3 points behind Ipswich with 2 games in hand as well, which could be very crucial for them, actually. Then looks like there's been no other goals in the Championship to talk about, though. So definitely the opening couple of minutes in the second half have been a little bit slower than the first half, at least. Burnley goal was terrible. I would have easily saved that, says Darraj there. What is your England squad if I was manager? I wouldn't be able to tell you. I would need a full video to try and go through all the options there. Goalless at Chelmsford, yeah, but based on what I've seen, it looks like Chestnut have been a better side. So Chelmsford really, really need to try and step up here. Because Chestnut are near the bottom of the league in the National League South, so we really do need to step up. We've got a goal in the Premier League. So the first goal in the Premier League in the second half. You can guess which game it's gone to. You may have guessed it correctly. It is the Manchester City against Southampton game. And it is Manchester City who score again. Completely turning teams over. It is Riyad Mahrez this time who scores for Manchester City. So it's not showing it yet. But it will be awarded to Riyad Mahrez. Third goal between Walsall. Oh, for God's sake. Sorry, I was just reacting to another goal. Walsall 2, Wimbledon 1. That's another correct score that's lost for me now in the Championship. Danny Johnson. I was just reacting to the second goal at the Den, and it's Millwall. The only positive is that those second goals are actually only just losing me 2 points rather than all 3 points. But it is a second goal for Millwall against Middlesbrough. Zian Fleming again on the score sheet, who's having a terrific season so far. That means the only game I could really get right now is if Blackpool-Watford stays the same, or if Burnley and Coventry score 1 goal each, and if Blackburn and Rotherham score 1 goal each. I don't see West Brom and Luton Town ending 3-1 Luton now. I just don't think it's going to be that sort of game. I've misjudged it. Barrow and Mansfield, we've got a goal there. Mansfield have taken the lead against Barrow with Jordan Bowery getting the goal. Barrow starting well, but now kind of dropping a bit. You know, as you can see, they've had back-to-back defeats. One against Tranmere and, of course, the other one against top of the table, Leyton Orient. Leyton Orient will be back to winning ways. Of course, they lost their first game of the season last week against Newport County. But now, if they do get a win here, that'll be 10 wins out of 12, which is still an incredible achievement to have that consistency right at the start of the season. No Haaland goal. Another goal between Barnsley and Exeter in Oakwell. It is dreamland if you're an Exeter City supporter, because Exeter have increased their lead against Barnsley. That's a good result for Peterborough as well. Jay Stansfield again scoring for Exeter, making it 2-0. Maybe game over there. Equalising goal between Hartlepool and Carlisle. Hartlepool looking pretty comfortable, but Carlisle have now equalised, so they will be tested now. Owen Motson scoring for Carlisle, now 1-1. Maybe a chance for Sunderland to get back into it. They've got a very early second half goal. I mean, I don't care about the scoreline now for Swansea Sunderland, just as long as it results in a Swansea win. But I don't know who scored for Sunderland. It won't tell me. But Chesterfield have equalised against Eastleigh. That's a good score for Chesterfield at the moment, based on what's going on there. I don't know what Clinton Morrison's talking about in the Newcastle game. I would be able to hear if my headphones weren't working, but they've run out of charge. It's a penalty to Brentford, apparently. What's Darraj laughing about? Is he laughing at... It's Jack Clark, so it's even worse for you, Charlie, because it's the former Leeds man, Jack Clark, who scores for Sunderland, making it 2-1. Oh my God, what a moment this is for Preston North End. 2-1 against Norwich City. Who saw this coming? I did not, honestly. I know they got a good win against West Brom in midweek, but anyone could beat West Brom these days. This is a really good scoreline for Preston. I don't know who scored it, but I will be paying attention. It's Emil Rees again. 3 goals in 2 games. Troy Parrott was on for Sean Maguire, and immediately looking like he's played a little bit of a role to get Preston's second goal. So yeah, Jack Clark making it 2-1 against Swansea, and now Emil Rees making it 2-1 to Preston. Penalty to Brentford, apparently. Let's see if they can potentially get back into this. I mean, I didn't know it was a penalty. I've got to thank you guys for telling me, because I don't have any audio on at the moment. It's a good penalty. It's 2-1, and it's game on if you're a Brentford supporter here. Eve Antony, of course. Who else would score from the penalty spot? That makes things very intriguing now. So Eve Antony makes it 2-1. Port Vale make it 1-1 now between them and Derby County. Ellis Harrison scoring for the penalty spot. So they missed the first penalty, but now they've scored this one to make it 1-1. And I'm really excited now, because Chelsea have now got more of a commanding lead. They're now 2-0 up against Wolverhampton Wanderers now. This is very crucial for us now. Now we've got a 2-goal lead. I want to see Chelsea defend for their lives and keep a clean sheet as well. I don't know who scored it, because I can't hear Team Sherwood now because my headphones are out of charge. But now it's 2-0. I'm loving that. It's Christian Pulisic who scored. I did not expect Christian Pulisic to be on the score sheet. I got to say, I looked at that Chelsea squad and I wasn't too sure. But now I'm sorry that I doubted it, because now it looks like that they got great results at the moment. God, what a scoreline that is for Preston as well. 2-1, and Emil Rees-Jacobson again with the goal. Fernandez, who's on loan from Manchester United, getting the assist as well. Grimsby are 2-0 up against Crawley. Crawley looks like they will be bottom of League 2 as it stands, since Rochdale are still winning in their game. I only got since 2-0 Birmingham. Trusty scored just before half time, making it 2-0. Trusty again. Although I was just saying that Brentford may have a chance to get back into this, Newcastle respond well. It's now 3-1, and it's now a 2-goal lead restored for Newcastle. Maybe now it's game over for Brentford there. Oh, equaliser for Ipswich. George Edmondson getting the equaliser for Ipswich. That's a huge goal, that. Bruno Guimaraes scores his second goal for Newcastle. Right, okay. Ipswich might have some hope. It is George Edmondson in the 54th minute. That draw means that Ipswich will be back on 28 points. A win for them is now very necessary, because a win for them will put them on 30 points. And I've got to say, 30 points at this stage of the season for Ipswich will be incredible, really. they'll just now be hoping that Accrington could potentially get an equaliser against Plymouth. But despite Plymouth going down to 10 men, so have Accrington. So they've not really got a numerical disadvantage, sadly, for them. Equalising goal for Barnet against Wrexham. Incredible. I think it's Idris Kanu who scores for Barnet to make it 3-3. What a game that's turned out to be. MK Dons have got 1 goal back against Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury were in going to half-time 2-1 up. Zach Jules makes it 2-1. Wow. That's a really big, well, not a turnaround there, but that's a big, big scoreline. 6-goal thriller. We always get plenty of goals for Wrexham there. They're going back to Tim Sherwood. I don't know why. I hope it's not Wolves trying to get another goal back. If it's 3-0 Chelsea, I will absolutely love that. Doesn't look like it's anything going on. He's probably talking about a chance. I don't know because my headset's out of charge. So I'm sorry, guys. But you guys are going to have to really be my ears now. A red card for Derby. James Collins is off. Wow. Could that maybe mean another penalty for Port Vale? Who knows? But Port Vale did get an equaliser in the second half due to the penalty spot. But now that Derby are down to 10 men, could this be Derby's first defeat with their new manager, Paul Warne, in charge? Getting a couple of red cards in the second half here. Oh, God. The nervy times for Colchester. Harrogate have got 1 goal back. So they were 2-0 up, Colchester. But Harrogate have got 1 back. Alexander Patterson makes it 2-1. I did know about Chelsea 2-0 there. I did talk about it there. But thank you guys for keeping me up to date with all of these scores. There's so many goals going in. This has definitely been one of the most entertaining 3 p.m. watch-alongs I've seen so far. Especially this year, actually. There's been a couple that have just stank a lot, to be honest. But this has definitely been one of the better ones I've seen. I mean, what would I want? I would love Wigan to equalise because it'll salvage me a point. Blackburn and Rotherham to score a couple of goals each, maybe. West Brom, Luton, just someone to score in that game would be nice. I don't know. Swansea maybe to score again, maybe for a 3-1 because I think 3-1's a rarer scoreline to be predicting, especially against a tough Sunderland team. I don't really know. Maybe 2-2 between Stoke and Sheffield United would be nice. Burnley and Coventry, a 2-1 Burnley win would be nice. Blackpool, Watford just stay the same and that would be nice. And I don't even know what I want for Norwich and Preston now. I just want it to be a really, really entertaining game, to be honest. I've accepted I'm definitely not going to get Birmingham and Bristol City right unless Bristol City go through a really big turnaround there. Do we have midweek fixtures? We've got 2 midweek fixtures. I did look ahead on this, actually. We've got 1 goal for Wickham, and Wrexham are now 4-3 back. They've taken the lead again. 4-3. They now find themselves Paul Mullin. Wrexham refuse to lose. They really do refuse to lose points at the moment. Their bounce back ability has been insane. Paul Mullin again, his 2nd goal of the game. I was just going to say Wickham have taken the lead against Oxford. That's a good score for them there. But it looks like Brannigan misses the penalty and Christian Joseph scores for Wickham. Now that would be a crucial win. Look at that for Wickham there. Struggling. 3 defeats in a row. But that win puts them in 14th place and on 14 points out of their opening 12 games. Have there been any other goals that I've missed? Doesn't look like it now. It looks like we've caught up in the Championship at least. And we've definitely caught up in the Premier League as of now. Have we caught up in League One? Bristol Rovers taking the lead against Cambridge. That's new. Don't know who scored for Bristol Rovers. Must have just caught that then. I didn't read it in time. Boreham Road take the lead against Wealdstone, by the way. Josh Coburn, right. Okay, yeah. He was, I believe it was Bristol City, yeah. So he must be, I don't know if he's, no wait, is he Bristol City? No, surely he wouldn't go for Bristol City to Bristol Rovers. Correct me if I'm wrong, just tell me where Josh Coburn used to play for. For some reason I thought he was a Bristol City player. Could be confusing him for some with a similar name probably. But we've caught up with all of the League One games now. Something's happening with Wigan and Cardiff, I think, but I don't know what because they're speaking to Matt Murray there. MK Dons also down to 10 men now. There's some red cards going through a load of these games as well now. Dawson Devoy gets sent off for MK Dons there. 3-3 between Scunthorpe and Aldershot. Aldershot with a brilliant comeback. They were 3-1 down, but Aldershot are now drawing 3-3. What an incredible scoreline that's turned out to be. Grimsby 2-0 up. I don't think I actually talked about that. I think I mentioned it, but I didn't say the goal scorer. Gavin Houlihan scores to make it 2-0 Grimsby there. Stevenage 2-0 up. I didn't mention that. And yeah, it's literally just happened because I don't know who scored at the moment. We're just going to have to wait for the video printer. God, I tell you what, we've done well, to be fair, to really keep up with all of this, actually. But going back to Team Sherwood, I always, honestly, my heart stops when they go to Team Sherwood because I always think that there's going to be some goals for Wolves, but it's not happened as of now. It doesn't mean it won't. Man City 3-0 up, Chelsea now 2-0 up, Newcastle now 3-1 up. And in terms of championship, Millwall are 2-0 up. Norwich are now 2-1 down. Swansea are now only 2-1 up. And that's all of the goals at the moment there. He scored in the Cup for Borough last season. Oh, Borough, that's right. No, you're right. I got it completely confused. It's the other championship team in red. I don't know why I got confused. Yeah. So Middlesbrough, I don't know why he thought... I thought it wouldn't make sense for him to go from Bristol City to Bristol Rovers. It makes no sense. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, scored in the Cup. Yeah, he did. I believe it was not Manchester United or was it Spurs? It was one of those teams. May have been against Spurs, actually, that Corbyn scored that goal against, actually. Because I remember the equaliser for Manchester United being from Paddy McNair. Handball. Oh, that's not good for Solihull Moors because they're 1-0 down to Yeovil. It was Man United, was it? I thought it was... Oh, no, Paddy McNair handballed it, but Coburn equalised. Duh. Honestly, my brain's just fried now because there's so many goals. Wrexham has scored a fifth, so literally a sucker punch blow for Solihull Moors. Yeovil score to make it 1-0 to Yeovil, Cheery Johnson. And Wrexham are now 5-3 up against Barnet. Nuke Young, I think that's that name, that scores for Wrexham, making it 5-3. 5-3 Wrexham, what a game. Yeah, incredible there. Apparently it's 6-3 according to Tom. He must be ahead. He must be either watching the game live or ahead. Because it's not popped up so far. We're having a small break of championship goals going in, which I'm honestly not minding at the moment. It's giving me a chance to breathe again. In terms of League One, we've not seen many goals happening in the next couple of seconds or so. What about League Two? So we had that. We've caught up with all of those ones. Talked about that. God, I tell you what, Colchester better hold on there. Otherwise, they're going to be really... They'll be screwed if they lose this. They can't go 2-0 up and then lose 3-2. It shouldn't happen, really. It's another goal for Manchester City. It's too easy for them. It's now 4-0. I don't know who scored it because I don't have the audio. But it is looking like a very embarrassing defeat for Southampton. Okay, so they... Oh, Wolves, because they're losing, they're down to 19th. Okay, I was going to say, I don't know why that happened, but... Right, that's why they're down there. Blackburn have taken a second goal against Rotherham. It looks like it's going to be either 2-0 or maybe even a 2-1 or maybe, I don't even know. But it's Lewis Travis who scores to make it 2-0. If it's 2-0, I'm going to be very pissed off with myself because I was this close to predicting 2-0 to Blackburn. It had to be Erling Haaland eventually. Erling Haaland has scored to make it 4-0. Huge goal at Pride Park, which I'll just go to right now, just after I show Erling Haaland getting on the score sheet there. Derby down to 10 men, and now 2-1 down to Port Vale. What a scoreline this has turned out to be. James Wilson scoring for Port Vale. 2-1 Port Vale find themselves now. Incredible. And it's currently on course to have Derby's first defeat under their new manager, Paul Warne. It is indeed 6-3 Wrexham. Aaron Hayden has scored to make it 6-3. I was literally almost about to celebrate for Ipswich because Lee Evans has just scored from the penalty spot. But that's been ended because Plymouth are now 2-0 up against Accrington. So 2 quick fire goals in the top of League One. I don't know why I wasn't showing capture. So Ipswich are now 2-1 up. Lee Evans scoring for the penalty spot there. Oh my God, Connor Chaplin missed a penalty. Oh my days. God, I couldn't bear to know what the fans were feeling there. Plymouth are now 2-0 up. Sam Cosgrove having his best goal scoring season in English football now, making it 2-0 to Plymouth. They've corrected Blackburn's second goal scorer as Ben Brereton Diaz actually, and Sammy Smodic's getting the assist. So it's actually 2 goals from Ben Brereton Diaz. Right, I think we've covered everything that's just happened in the past couple of seconds. Wow. I have Cancelo and Haaland in the FPL too. Oh, he scored in both of them. Okay, so I'm half right. Half right, in a way. My God, I need a drink because I'm literally, my throat is being stretched right now. Need to update the scores quickly before any more goals go in. Man City are now 4-0 up with Erling Braut Haaland scoring again. No other goals in the Premier League, I believe. 2-0 to Blackburn now. We've got an equalising goal for Bournemouth. Okay, then. Bournemouth are now turning up. This will be a very devastating game that Leicester will not win if that happens. Now, that will really benefit Wolves especially as well, actually. Because now Leicester will fall back into the bottom 3. It is Philip Billing who scored the equalising goal. Can you start a petition for Haaland to be banned from the Premier League? I don't think it's necessary, really. I just think he's just too good of a player. He's just proven to be... I think he's up there for being the best footballer in the world right now, at the moment. I'm just trying to get out of Twitter, honestly. Oh, I need to actually check how transfer are doing. Oh, gosh. Right, come on. It's still 0-0, but apparently Chelmsford have improved. Apparently. Okay, no other goals at the moment there. So, still 3-1 to Newcastle there. Mark Robbins has made 4 subs and they haven't done anything. Oh, gosh, really? So, 4 subs and they've not done anything. That's quite a lot of subs just to throw on and not change the game either. It's a bit disappointing there. Finally, we've got a little bit of a break. 2-1 to Preston, I think, is a little bit of a big scoreline as well. Ben will be absolutely ecstatic with that scoreline at the moment. Both of the league leaders are losing. Yeah, no, that's right. Both Norwich and Sheffield United losing. And I'm glad in a way, because it's showing that it's going to be a little bit more open. At the start of the season, I thought it was going to be potentially a bit one-sided, the top 2. But now it's looking a little bit more open, which is really, really good. Right, let's actually go back to capture and see what we can get. If Rotherham could score right now, that would be so good. Because I predicted 2-1 for Blackburn and Rotherham there. Honestly. Yeah, there's nothing going on there. I thought I missed something. Wrexham 7, Barnet 3. Wow. I think it's Ollie Palmer who scores for Wrexham, making it 7-3. That's 10 goals in one game alone. That's incredible. Wigan equalising will be really good. They can score late goals, Wigan. They have done in the past. Yes, still Sheffield United, both Sheffield United and Norwich losing currently at the moment. Don't think there's been other League One goals that's happened so far. Let's see what the League One table looks like now, since that Ipswich are now winning. So look how close. Oh my God, 2-1 Bournemouth. It's just appeared on my screen. 2-1 Bournemouth. Just like that. That might spell doom for Rodgers, you know. Wow. Halifax taking the lead against Maidstone. But I want to know how they got this second goal. What's happened here? I think some of you were saying Bournemouth goal, but I was not acknowledging it because it's not appeared on SofaScore or anywhere else. Ryan Christie makes it 2-1. How have you guys are able to see the goal so quickly? Are you on like on FootMob or something that just shows you the goal like within like the second it happens? I don't know, but that Ryan Christie goal changes everything. Look at that. Bournemouth on the same amount of points as Manchester United now, with 3 wins potentially out of 9. That sends Leicester back down to 19th place. Wolves will be back up to 18th place. Wow. That I did not expect that from Bournemouth, I've got to be honest. But it seems Gary O'Neill has done a pretty good job. Leicester, you donkeys, says Charlie. Seb, welcome to the stream. He's asked for how many subs. I actually not promoted my channel for a while. So guys, if you not like the stream, please do so. It's going to be a react section again. We're on 17 likes. Guys, if we can get to 20 or even 25 likes, it will be amazing if we could do so. So smash that like button if you've not done so. It does really, really help the growth of this channel if you do so. For subs, we are on 1,490. We're 10 away from 1,500. Don't know if we're going to get it today, but we are touching distance from getting to 1,500. So guys, oh, we're 1,491. Okay, 9 away now. Some of you are trying to play with my emotions a bit. Thank you guys so much. We're getting there. We're nearly there to 1.5k subscribers. Thank you guys as always for the terrific support. I really, really do appreciate it. I really, really do. You guys have been awesome. And Charlie, shout out for you for donating today as well. Bad game for Hartlepool. They were 1-0 up, but now they're 2-1 behind to Carlisle United. It's Omari Patrick with the goal. And what does that mean for Hartlepool? It means that Colchester go above another team currently. But that's if Colchester hold on to that 2-1 lead. Because they were 2-0 up in the first half, looking very, very comfortable. But actually, at the moment now, I don't know if they're going to. I didn't even know you can get a National League on SofaScore, but you can. Right. I wish I knew this existed. You can even get a National League South. Oh my god. Right, okay. I'm getting a National League South. And it is updating as well. Oh my god. This is game changing now. I don't have to look on Twitter to see how Chelmsford are doing. Still 0-0 between them and Chess Hunt there. And this Chess Hunt team are 23rd in the league. Look at that. This is disappointing for Chelmsford so far. Anyway, we have more goals in the Championship. And it's gone to Cardiff City. Cardiff has scored, which I don't particularly mind, actually. Because I don't think many people predicted 2-0 Cardiff. And it's a good result for them, actually. Shea Ojo scores against Wigan here. 2-0 Cardiff. And that puts them, I think, does it keep them in 10th? 11th place now. Because Preston, actually, with that win, lifts them up to 8th place. Wow. It's crazy to see how high up the table Preston can get if they can actually win a game, you know. Watford down to 9th with them drawing. Luton drawing, they're down to 10th. Cardiff winning puts them up to 11 there. Sunderland dropping. Birmingham rising. Stoke rising. Wigan dropping. Rotherham dropping. Bristol City really dropping as well. This game, this a whole stream today has gone crazy. Goals going in left, right, and centre. It's so difficult to keep up, which I'm loving right now. My goodness me. Any goals in League One that I may have missed? Oh, equaliser for Burton. I missed that. Hang on a minute. Burton equalising. Victor Adebayo scores. Now that draw for Burton puts them on 8 points. A win for Burton will put them on 10. And they, I think, would really want that right now. But now that Peterborough are not winning, it means Barnsley and Bolton are back up in the top 6, despite them losing their games today. Because Barnsley is still losing to Exeter, and Bolton are still losing to, what do you call it? I completely blanked on them now. Oh, that's embarrassing. I'm blind as a bat. I can't see Bolton anywhere. I mean, they lost to, bloody hell, they lost to Chesterfield in midweek. Not Chesterfield, Cheltenham in midweek. Oh, my days. Oh, I'm having a brain fart. Forest Green, that's it. Connor Wickham. That's the one who he scored against. Right. Any other goals in the Championship? No, doesn't look it. A lot of 2-0s today, actually. So if you predicted 2-0 for any game, you would be laughing right now. Has Haaland scored in the City game? Yes, he scored 1 goal. I predicted 2 goals from Haaland, so the fact that they've only made Haaland score once so far, probably a bit of an achievement for Southampton, honestly. Despite Bournemouth winning, we can leapfrog to go 7 tomorrow. That'll be a huge result for Leeds if they can get up to 7th here. Where is my cat? He left the stream. He was there, and I did show him, but I was giving a lecture on predictions, and he got bored and jumped off my bed, which is just straight up rude. Right, let's update some scores. Bournemouth now 2-1 up. Any other goals going in since I've looked at this? I don't think. Oh, no. Yep. Cardiff now 2-0 up there. Right, my prediction for Blackburn Rotherham is wrong because Blackburn have scored again. It's now 3-0 to Blackburn, and I now fear for Rotherham a little bit. I know it's just one away defeat, but it's not great. And Birmingham have smashed Bristol City out the park. They're 3-0 up now. Right, let's see those goals again. How's it only half-time between Oxford and Wycombe, unless it's a bit of a delay on the video printer there? Right, let's see this now. We need to catch up on some goals. So, Sammy Smodix scores for Blackburn. Tyrese Dolan getting the assist. Equalising goal for Norwich against Preston. That's huge for Norwich because now they can edge out ahead of Sheffield United by 1 point now. It's Gabriel Sara who scores for Norwich City. That makes it 2-2. What a game that's turned out to be. A game featuring Preston with more than 4 goals. Pinch me, I'm dreaming. Honestly, didn't think that may happen. Didn't think this would happen either. Look at this. Birmingham 3, Bristol City 0. Dion Sanderson with the goal and Tahith Chong with the assist. I got to apologise to every Birmingham and Reading fan thinking that you guys will go down. By the looks of things, you guys have got a decent squad on your hands. And decent managers as well. But yeah, it is Gabriel Sara who scores for Norwich 2-2. And something tells me the goal scoring is just not going to end in the Championship at the moment. We're having goals after goals after goals. So for Preston being so positive, now they are drawing to Norwich now. That will be quite disappointing for the fact they led for quite a fair bit of time. Okay, need to update Norwich and Preston. That's now 2-2. I think that's the only one I've not updated. How in Gatsby? Well, if you rewind to the right place in the stream, I did show Gatsby on camera at one point, so you will be able to see him if you just find the right place. Maybe someone could timestamp it, I don't know, but I did definitely show him off, and you'll be able to see him jumping off my bed as well. So that could be part of a funny thing for you guys as well. Oh my gosh, this is exhausting going through all these games. You have to be... I mean, I'm glad I'm feeling quite alert and awake today, because if I was half asleep like I have been for many of my other streams, I wouldn't be able to keep up with all of this. I'm actually looking at some National League scores at the moment. I won't be streaming them at the moment, just in case, if there's any more things going on there. Notts County and Wrexham are both winning their games, so they're pretty much going to see no change. It'll be Notts County top and Wrexham second there. Chelmsford, I need you to score against Chess Hunt right now. It's still 0-0 in that game, and we're running out of time. Are Ebbsfleet winning? 5-0. Yeah, Ebbsfleet are just completely destroying everyone in that league. I mean, Chelmsford are 9 points behind Ebbsfleet. It's going to be very tough to catch them. But Chelmsford, for a start, could win against Chess Hunt, which will put them in 3rd place in the table if we do get a win. So we really should be trying to fight for this. Come on, Chelmsford, you've got to win this. Is York playing today? Yes, they're actually leading in their game. They scored quite recently, actually. They took the lead against... I did see it, but I didn't see. Carlisle now 3-1 up, so it definitely won't be a happy day for Hartlepool. It's 7-4 between Wrexham and Barnet, by the way. What a scoreline that is. An 11-goal thriller. But yeah, York City, that's it. There they are. They took the lead against Torquay, and they're still taking the lead. They're still 1-0 up there. Alex Hurst scoring for that. And York are 7th place, which puts them in a playoff place. Dorking have managed to get 1 goal back against Altrincham, but Altrincham now looking like that they picked up all 3 points in that game. Oh my god, a 5th goal in Carrow Road. Preston are now 3-2 up, How? What? Preston conceding 2 and scoring 3. None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. If you're a Preston supporter, Ben predicted a 0-0 draw for this game, I think. Did they predict 0-0, 1-0? I don't know, but he definitely didn't predict Preston to score 3 goals. Preston are nearly going to outscore the amount of goals they've scored in their first 10 games. Right, well, we've got another goal in the Premier League. I don't know who scored Preston's third, but I'll get back to it. Oh no, I do know now. Troy Parrott has scored for Preston. Incredible. And for Newcastle, they're now 4-1 up against Brentford. Miguel Almiron scores 4-1 Newcastle. And they will be 5th place, just behind Chelsea, actually. So looking pretty close in that 4th and 5th place position there. There's going to be a real dogfight to get there. My goodness me. What a scoreline that's turned out to be. Norwich 2, Preston 3. Damn, Preston, I know. Preston doing quite well. The Preston looking like they've finally got their goal scoring shoes on. This is so uncharacteristic of them there. There's finally that 4th goal from Barnett. It looks like there is a delay of National League goals going into the video printer for Soccer Saturday. Something they might need to work on, actually. So currently for the Championship table, you see Sheffield United still top now because now Norwich are losing. They are both on 24 points. QPR will actually be joint top with the same amount of games being played, which is incredible. That makes that 2-1 win against Reading even more valuable for them now. Burnley 4th since they're beating Coventry. Reading fall down to 5th. Swansea currently with 4 wins in a row and 5 wins in their last 6 games, be in 6th place. Blackburn just behind, with Preston just behind as well. Look at that. Preston now up there in the table now, following that they're beating Norwich right now. And yeah, this is the bottom 3 at the moment. West Brom still not winning. They'll be on 11 points. Blackpool just above them there as they're still drawing to Blackpool there. Coventry are bad, says Darraj there. He's not enjoying what he's watched. Have potentially Burnley scored again, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't look it at the moment. Still 1-0 Burnley. Yeah. But at the moment, it does feel like that there won't be anything else going on in that game unless they do some miraculous turnaround, which I've not really seen Coventry build that sort of momentum to do that anymore, sadly. They need to do a Millwall for what they did against Swansea when they scored 2 late stoppage time goals to get something, but I don't think Coventry, sadly, have got that sort of momentum to do that anymore. That's what the Premier League looks like now. So that table has changed a lot based on some things there. Still 2-1 Stoke, by the way, which is incredible. Man City up there, 1st place. The only team unbeaten so far this season on 23 points. Arsenal just behind, but they have got to play against Liverpool this weekend. Spurs sitting in 3rd. And that actually means Chelsea with this win will be only 1 point behind Spurs. Come on, Chelsea. We need to start closing that gap to Spurs. So it was very important we got that win against Wolves today, which is currently happening. I'm not saying it's going to stay happening. You know, I don't want to jinx it. Newcastle also close as well. Something's happened clearly between Coventry and Burnley because JD Dyer is now commentating. Is it a penalty maybe? Looks like my grandparents have arrived, which is really nice because I've not seen them in 2 months. So I'll be happy to see them in the next 10 minutes or so. Something's happened with Coventry Burnley, unless something has happened. They're probably just talking. Sheffield Wednesday, by the way, have scored against Cheltenham to make them 2-0 up. Barry Bannon making it 2-0. And yeah, both Plymouth, Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday winning still. It means Portsmouth will be the team missing out, really, because they are the only team in the top 4 not winning this game at the moment. Right, it looks like nothing has happened. It was just him talking of what's happened in this game. Oh, for God's... Oh, no correct scores. No correct scores. No correct scores. Because this has just happened. Blackpool have now just scored. Oh, dear me. I mean, from a good day yesterday of predictions, it had to end today. Jerry Yates, who never scores, has just scored today, making it 2-1 to Blackpool. I mean, good win for Blackpool. Let's not make any mistakes about that. But They drew for so much of that game. So frustrating. I mean, I should have seen it coming with the amount of games matching my scoreline just before half time. It wouldn't have happened. I would have just misjudged all those games. That win for Blackpool puts them up to 19th place, and it means that Middlesbrough are really teetering on dangerous territory again. Bilic out, says Charlie. Yeah, oh dear. Brendan Rodgers to be sacked if Bournemouth win. It does feel that way, really. You know, it feels a shame that it's gone to this, but now that Bournemouth have completely turned it around and Leicester don't look like getting back into this, then I'd be a bit worried if I was a Leicester fan, honestly. Sheffield Wednesday got a third against Cheltenham, so no repeat of miracle performances for Cheltenham. They got a really good win over Bolton in midweek, but they will be losing today. Dele Bashiru scores to make it 3-0 Sheffield Wednesday. So the top three still winning. Ipswich, I tell you this, please hold on that lead. You really need to right now. Because Plymouth are definitely going to win by the looks of things. But Ipswich are holding literally by a thread, still winning on this. Let's go back to this screen right now, just so we can update some scores. I'm gutted personally with the predictions, but it's one of those things. In fact, I've just realised I spelled Leicester wrong for that whole stream, and no one's told me. Sunderland goal? Wait, what? I don't think they scored. I was just looking at Sunderland. Unless it's a penalty, I don't know. Hang on a minute. I had to just check something very, very quickly. 2 seconds. We're starting to get some full-time whistles now. Okay, I don't think I missed a single comment, actually. Coventry have made 5 substitutions. Well, clearly they've needed changes to try and get something out of it, so I can't fault Mark Robbins trying to change things, but my problem is that the players that are being brought on are not doing their work to get something out of this. So Newcastle now 4-1 up. Any other games? Okay, so Blackpool now 2-1 up, as much as it hurts me with my predictions there. Preston now 3-2 up, and I don't think Sunderland have scored. I don't think it is 2-2. And Wigan 0, Cardiff 2. There we go. Up to date with the score lines now. We're approaching around the 85th minute. You want the Edwards shirt? Oh, nice. Nice. I would love to see it if you could potentially show it. Right. Chelmsford, please. Oh, okay. Well, it's definitely game over between Blackpool and Watford. I'll just show that in a minute. I'm just quickly checking to see if Chelmsford have got something here. Still a draw. Come on, please. We're running out of time. Need a goal desperately. I was just saying it's game over in terms of my prediction because Blackpool have made it 3-1. I mean, to be fair, I'm now not that mad. Jerry Yates has just suddenly gone on a goal spree. I mean, why wouldn't you right now? Jerry Yates has suddenly gone some goal scoring form. 2 goals from him in 4 minutes, putting Watford to the sword. And another goal in the Premier League, and it's gone to the way of Newcastle again. Ethan Pinnock making his first appearance since back from injury. Not the best of returns as he scores an own goal. And Chelsea are now 3-0 up. Finally, a game in the Premier League where we actually win quite comfortably. It's so refreshing to finally see that, honestly. I can give my heart a rest today. And that's a good thing. Don't know who scored for Chelsea, but I guess we'll find out very, very soon. We do know about Ethan Pinnock's own goal there to make it 5-1 Newcastle. That's a statement. Idris Kanu makes it 7-5. 12 goals between Wrexham and Barnet. Maybe the goal scoring is not quite over between Wrexham and Barnet. Wrexham looking like that they're nearly throwing it away. They've only got a 2-goal lead now between them there. I don't know who scored for Chelsea. It is Armando Broja. Yes. Yes. I literally needed him to score as well. Need this guy to get some confidence in this team, to get some goals. Oh, don't disallow it. I swear to God, Broja needs a goal for Chelsea. Don't you dare disallow it from VAR. I think VAR animation has now gone out, so I think it's going to be given. You've got to give it. Give the goal to Broya. I swear to God. Yeah, it looks like it's been confirmed. I think it's been confirmed. It's 3-2 between Notts County and Woking. So, maybe too little too late, but Notts County look like that they could hold on to this win here. Wigan make it 2-1. So if anyone's predicted 2-1 Cardiff, they'll be punching in the air right now. Because Wigan have got a very late goal. I don't think I've missed any other goals. I don't think. Yeah, I've not missed any other goals. Yeah, so Wigan of just getting 1 goal back against Cardiff. Don't know who scored because they won't tell me. In fact, now it will. Charlie Wyke. I'm really pleased for him. Now he's getting them some goal contributions in. 2-1 now. And is it too little, too late to Wigan? I personally think so. Well, actually, to be fair, if it's the 83rd minute, they've still got time, you know. Don't rule out a Wigan. They may get something here. Preston still leading. This is probably the biggest scoreline. Them and Stoke winning. I tell you what, I'd be very surprised if many people get a load of points. Because I don't think many predicted Stoke to win for a start. I don't think many people predicted Preston win. I don't think anyone predicted Blackpool to win. Maybe, I don't think many people predicted Birmingham to win either, to be honest. So I think this is going to be a very low scoring weekend of predictions because it's just incredible, really. Charlie said 2-1 Wickham. 12 goals in the Wrexham game. Yes, 7-5 now, indeed. You predicted Preston to win technically. What? Because you said a draw? 3-1 Bournemouth. And is that curtains for Rodgers? Oh my God, I didn't expect Bournemouth to score 3 goals because I thought defensively they look just too set to keep clean sheets and stuff. But wow. Oh, is it 3-1? Or is it... Okay, it was 3-1, but now it's back to 2-1. What's happened? Goal for Stoke. Liam Delap scores. I was slating Liam Delap, but now he's actually scored. So fair play, Liam Delap. Well done for getting onto the score sheet. A bad defeat for Sheffield United, but in a way, it looks like it's going to be the same thing for Norwich as well, as both are now really struggling here. I think this is definitely Stoke's best win under Alex Neil so far. We'll see now if Stoke can actually get some consistency, because that's the issue with Stoke. They can get a really good result, but it follows up with a bad run of form after that. Chelsea 3, Wolves 0. It ends. Fantastic, Chelsea. Well done. I think it is 3-1 Bournemouth, but I don't know who scored because it suggested to me that they didn't allow that 3rd goal. If it is 3-1 Bournemouth, then I think it'll be game over for Rodgers. They're going and talking about Blackpool there. Any other goals have just happened? 4 bloody hell. 4-0 Birmingham. Oh my days. I'm almost as shocked when they beat Luton by 5 goals to 0. 4-0 Birmingham. Incredible. So two of the goals came from Trusty. Sanderson getting the 3rd. Birmingham with a 4th. Still 0-0 between West Brom and Luton, but if they are commentating on it, I don't know what's... Maybe a penalty, I don't know. I don't have the audio, so I'm not able to tell what's going on with that. But 4-0 Birmingham. Oh my God. No one predicted that. Mill will win by 2 goals to 0. That's probably the scoreline I was closest to getting right, and I'm really pissed off of it. Because I said 1-0 Millwall. Damn. It happens. They're going to Carrow Road. I don't know why, but it looks like Norwich will be knocking on the door to try and get something against Preston. Oh, goal! My God! An equalising goal for Norwich in the final minute. Oh, is it? Or is it disallowed? Wait, what? What's going on? What's going on in that game? Right, apparently it's ended Bournemouth 2, Leicester 1. So that 3rd goal didn't happen for Bournemouth. Let's clear that up. It was 3-3, but maybe it was given offside. I don't know. I think... what's going on? I don't know. Damn you, headphones. Why do you have to literally disconnect in the one time that I really need you right now? Oh my gosh. I don't know what's happened. It's still 3-2. Oh my God. Preston's heart would have been in their mouths if that actually happened. Oh my days. 3-0 Plymouth. Ryan Hardy. Just incredible, Plymouth. Honestly, they've really been the best team of League One. I think them and Ipswich have been the two best teams of League One by quite a fair way. It still remains a 4-point gap between Sheffield Wednesday and Ipswich, which Ipswich have got to try and maintain at the moment. It's ended 2-1 Port Vale, so Paul Warne has his first defeat in charge of Derby County. So it's still 3-2, 3-1 there, 3-1 there, 2-1 in that game. Still full time between Blackburn and Rotherham. I think that's the first championship game going to full time. Okay, no, we've got a couple of full times. 4-0, but it won't tell me who's bloody scored. Who scored? Is it 4-0? Is it 3-0? I don't bloody know, but it won't tell me who scored for Birmingham there. It's ended 2-0 Millwall. Ian Fleming getting the 2 goals for Millwall. It's ended 1-0 Burnley. Bad game for Coventry there. Burnley edge out with Nathan Teller getting the only goal in that game. It has ended West Brom 0, Luton 0. A game to forget and a poor prediction on my part because I predicted 3-1 Luton. I predicted the most goals will happen in that one game. Was a little bit wrong about that, which I don't need to apologise for, but I'll literally say that that was not good. That was not a good prediction on my part. I'll say it. Plymouth, despite going down to 10 men and so have Accrington, they've held on for a 3-0 win. Ipswich 2, Morecambe 1 is still the scoreline. It's still that scoreline. 96th minute. They'll be wanting full time to happen right now. All the Premier League games have ended. So it's ended 5-1 Newcastle. It has ended 2-1 Bournemouth, so there was no third goal. 3-0 Chelsea it's ended, and it's ended 4-0 Manchester City. Honestly, that could have actually been even worse that could have even been worse for Southampton, honestly, there. Few unexpected results today. I know. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out if Birmingham actually won by 4-0 because I can't see who scored. Let's go on OneFootball. Hang on a minute. I've got indigestion in the wrong time. Come on. Come on, OneFootball. Stay up to date. Trying to find it. I need to know if they've won 4-0 or 3-0. It's 3-0. Okay, it's just SofaScore just being a bloody glitch. Anyway, it's 3-0 Birmingham, so ignore it saying 4. Still 2-1 Cardiff, that's still going. Swansea Sunderland 2-1, that's still going. That should be full time, by the way. The game I'm looking at. Okay, it's ended 2-1 Swansea and Sunderland, by the way. I'm looking to see when this game will be full time. This has been probably the biggest result of this whole game, of this whole stream, probably. Preston to not only concede 2, but to score 3. Just makes no sense. Portsmouth have dropped points at home against Fleetwood. Not a good result for Portsmouth, following that the front 3. Right, Ipswich have won. Right, that is a relief. It means people in my office will be in a good mood. And Bolton lose. And Barnsley both lose as well. And Norwich do lose to Preston. What a result that is for the Lily Whites. I think it's safe to look at the table now. Because I don't think anything that can happen is really going to change it now. The only thing that could really change if Wigan equalise against Cardiff. So, let's see the table in full. Notts County do squeeze on for a win, which will be a good result for Notts County. Sheffield United still top, but with 2 defeats now in a row. Colchester win, right, that's good for them. Norwich they lose for the first time for quite some time. 24 points also. QPR with that win yesterday, that has been a really important win for them now because they're now joint top with Norwich and Sheffield United with the same games played, which is incredible. Burnley are now on 22 points in 4th place. Reading fall down a couple of places. Swansea up to 6th place following their 4th win in a row and their 5th win in their last 6 games. Blackburn still up there in terms of competing with the top 6, just below that on goal difference. Preston with a win, a rare win away from home against Norwich, puts them on 19 points and 8th place. Luton with a draw in 9th. Cardiff currently with that win puts them in 10th. Sunderland with them losing, and it's now winless in 4 games for Sunderland. They're now 11th place. Watford with another defeat under Bilic, and it is, I think, 2 defeats in a row for Bilic now. So that's not good for Watford. Millwall with that win puts them back in, talking in conversation in the mid-table in 13th place. Birmingham with that win, emphatic win as well, puts them in 16 points there. Stoke improved their place. Wigan dropped down a bit with that defeat there, and this will be back-to-back defeats for Wigan as it stands. Rotherham losing out a little bit. This will actually be them winless in 5, and yeah, not great for them. But look at this form for Bristol City there. 4 defeats in their last 5 as it stands. Blackpool, Hull, sorry. They're not playing, so that doesn't matter. Blackpool, look at their form there. 3 defeats and then followed by that draw, which against Sunderland, which may have been a bit unlucky not to be in that second half. Now they've got a good win on their hands, and that really improves their position in the table. The bottom 3 after this weekend, or this Saturday at least, is West Brom, still with only 1 win. Huddersfield, you've got to play tomorrow. And Coventry, with 10 games in, only 7 points picked up. Well, it's game over anyway, because Cardiff scored their 3rd. Ryan Wintle makes it 3-1. Cardiff will pick up all 3 points. Wait, what? Have Chelsea scored? Oh, what? Oh my God, right, okay, a moment of madness. 93rd and 95th minute, Chelmsford have scored 2 goals, following with a red card from Chess Hunt as well. Incredible. That means Chelmsford are now in the top 3 officially. That was needed because they were going to fall down a couple of places since Dartford have picked up a positive result. Have Dartford played? Yes, they've got the one against Dulwich Hamlet. Oh my days. So now that win for Chelmsford puts us back in the top 3. Yes, it's 5 points from second place having a Waterlooville, but we need to continue with this battle there. That's a huge win for us there. Chess Hunt now with 10 defeats this season. Frustrating for them. But what a moment that's turned out to be. Incredible. Now, that's put me in a really good mood now. Colchester, Ipswich, Chelmsford, Chelsea winning. Oh my God, today's been a good day apart from my predictions. But you can't have everything in life, can you? I would take that if it meant that I would have a crappy day of predictions. Do a Chelmsford vlog. I would, honestly, if Chelmsford get in the playoffs, especially, I will attend their games. Because there's no excuse. I'll be able to attend their games. Easy peasy. But I don't know, because there's not really many people. I don't know about their rules about cameras as well. But definitely, if Chelmsford are having a really good season, I'll definitely get involved. Daniel and I, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, I'm not really going to stay for too long, unfortunately, there. VJ is going for QPR, Norwich and Sheffield United based on what I see in the squad potential. Preston, the only one with both goals scored and goals conceded well below 10. I know, incredible. Hill football's... Oh, wait, Ethan, has there been a Wigan goal? Has it been 3-2? Nah, it's been a Cardiff goal. It's been a Cardiff goal, right? Still 3-1. I don't know why it's not full-time yet. Am I starting to become an Ipswich fan? Well, no, the thing is, I work with people in Ipswich, so I have to say I support Ipswich, otherwise I'd be fired. Honestly, I have to say that I like Ipswich, otherwise I'll be fired. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I needed to see. I think that's pretty much everything I needed to see. Right, so I've shown you the Champions League table. Just before we end the stream, I'll show you the Premier League table as well. Man City first, Arsenal second, Spurs, who are playing in the next couple of minutes. They'll be playing against Brighton. Now, that's a big game, actually, because if Brighton can get a good result, they can overtake Chelsea. But against Spurs will not be easy. But Brighton did pick up a 3-3 draw away against Liverpool. Bournemouth up to 8th, which is incredible for them. Brentford down to 12th, struggling a little bit of their form now. That's going to be, I believe, 3 games winless, actually. Leeds could climb up to 7th on their goal difference. In fact, no, that's actually quite realistic. They really can climb up to 7th, Leeds, if they get a good result against Palace. Aston Villa there, West Ham still yet to play. Southampton down to 16th, but they're lucky in a way that Wolves lost. Otherwise, they would have been in the bottom 3. And Leicester losing was a blessing for Southampton as well. They would have actually liked their South Coast team, Bournemouth, getting that result there. The results are as follows. So Newcastle 5, Brentford 1, Bournemouth 2, Leicester 1, Chelsea 3, Wolves 0, and Manchester City 4, Southampton 0. Nice Club says, you know what, they've got good history, Ipswich. I'll give them that. But yeah, the employees' hatred on Norwich is actually hilarious. So the fact that Norwich lost and Ipswich won, oh, they're going to be in a really good mood. They're going to be in a really good mood this week. They'll absolutely love it. They don't even hate Colchester. They just find them annoying that they take their games very seriously against them. Just updating all of the scores just before the end. I didn't actually update the Stoke score actually. And then it ended 3-1 Cardiff. Right, there we go. So that is everything I needed to say on this stream today. I've got to say thank you guys for watching. I've really enjoyed the stream today. Let me tell you how we've done with likes and stuff like that. We're still on 17 likes, guys. We've been on 17 likes for a long, long time. If you've not hit that like button, please do smash that like button. It really does help the growth of this channel if you do that. It really does help the support when you smash that like button. We are currently on, well, yeah, we're on 17. So, guys, it would be amazing if we can get to maybe 20, 25. Thank you guys so much for that there. And in terms of subscribers, we're on 1491, touching distance from 1,500 now. Could even make it even closer in the next couple of minutes or so. I'll be streaming it again tomorrow. I'll show you the current results of the poll at the moment. Let's refresh this. So yeah, with 16 votes, 69% of Arsenal versus Liverpool. So it looks like tomorrow I'll be streaming Arsenal versus Liverpool. That's what I'll be doing. And hopefully 1,491 of you will be there. You like Lee's kit? Right, yeah, definitely. They've got a really good kit on their hands. Right, so guys, thank you as always. And Charlie, shout out for you for the one donating as well. And Constant, thank you for sending the generous super thanks for my predictions in the championship as well. You guys get special shout outs as well. Okay, now we'll wrap it up for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like if you've not done so. Please do smash the subscribe button if you've not done so as well. Notification button turned on will mean you don't miss a single one of my content either. And continue to share and support this channel. It's on its knees a little bit at the moment with my availability, but we're just about keeping it alive. And thank you guys so much for that support. That'll wrap it up for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary for starting in the stream. As always, I'll see you guys soon. Tomorrow, we'll uncover Arsenal and Liverpool. And as I'll be ending this stream, I'll be calculating our points in the prediction links as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.